There we go.
All right.
We
Good
are
evening,
live.
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Scroll for Initiative. Thank you for tuning in to Story Mode, the campaign where we take you guys and the players to the official Wizards of the Coast campaigns and modules. This is session 2 of the adventure, and Matt, you've always been really good doing this. Why don't you do the recap from last session?
Sure, why not? Okay, so we began our little quest with us being in a cart, uh, pulled by oxen, moving through the wilderness down the road to Phandelver, when we came across horses that had been slain, goblin ambush. Upon further investigation, it was determined that the ambush was perpetrated on the people we were actually going to meet, which is a bit unfortunate. So we investigated a little more, found a goblin that was trapped under a horse, rescued it, and more or less offered it its life in exchange for telling us where the captives were taken. But first, we must get rid of the cart and the supplies that we were transporting to Phandelver. So, we went on to town, smuggling the goblin into town, where we encountered some red brand men, some wearing red capes, pretending to be the authorities of town, more or less. But they had no badge of authority, no symbol of their office or anything of the sort, so we decided that it was best to not do anything that they told us to do, which naturally led us to having to fight them. Unfortunately for their leader, he only lived for about 12 seconds before his head got crushed by a maul. And I think one more died because Mirabelle blew its head off, and the rest of them fled after Alex told them, yes, you can just leave. Running away is an option here. You can just leave. So they fled to the wilderness, or not to the wilderness, but out into the city, the wilderness of the city, I guess. They off into other buildings where we couldn't see them anymore, but we have yet to encounter them again. Stayed in the inn. We talked to a bunch of NPCs. Or I guess that's a bit meta. I shouldn't say two NPCs. Talked to a bunch of people. I'm thinking too much like a DM, man. A DM too long. Talked to a bunch of people for sort of getting a lay of the land of the problems of Phandelver, which there were many. The red brand causing lots of trouble, extorting people, running a protection racket. There were some orcs rampaging around at a mine, causing trouble for the dwarven miners there. There was a bounty on that, which we have yet to go check out, because we had other things that were more pressing to do. Let's see, was there another quest? What did my notes say?
We have the priestess of
Oh yes, the priest, priestess of
Timor.
Timora, and then there was that elven ranger, that wood elf ranger that the
owns an orchard.
the gentleman at the bar told us we might want to stay away from due to Bulg's issues with
What
a
else?
certain kind of elf. And yes, unfortunately, the Spoony Bard is not here this week. He had other obligations today, so he couldn't play with us.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So we decided after that, we took a rest, we smuggled the goblin back out of town, and went off back to the woods to have the goblin lead us to wherever the captives were taken. And we freed the goblin once we confirmed that he had indeed done as we told him to do, which he went off running off into the sunset yelling freedom, and probably alerting everything within 10 square miles. Which we then found out as we tried to proceed forward quietly, only to get attacked with a volley of arrows. And we ended last session just as Alex told everyone to get down.
Okay. Just a few things to add to that. You guys had on the trail when the wagon was ambushed. You guys found sort of the remains of Cornelius's spectacles. Like you definitely knew that he was here, and also you guys managed to pick up a few of those health potions from one of the saddlebags, and encountered, but narrowly missed, a band of hobgoblins. You guys managed to stay away from them, and so you know that there's something bigger at play. That there are quite a few dangers within these woods that you guys are now attacking or finding yourselves being ambushed in once more. In town, the Red Brand ruffians, they try to bribe you, or they try to ask you to bribe them, extort you almost, for entrance into town, but you guys resisted even and did the right thing to some degree, as the townsfolk seem to agree with you, having put in red down and in their place. Lastly, you, and most importantly, you fed Plarg the goblin waffles.
I forgot about the waffles.
The
That is
waffles
probably
was
the
arguably the most important part.
Exactly, that was the most
How could we?
important
How
part.
could we forget?
But enough of that. Let us get everything underway. We left off with Alex yelling, "Get down." Time kind of just slows down and everything just comes to a halt as these arrows just fly above your heads. And Alex and crew, the floor is yours. So before we get into it, Alex, what does this look like? What do you think the formation is as you're telling people? Like, how do you organize yourself?
Let's see. How were we organized when we came in here? We had Kieran.
As I recall, Kieran was like hugging Bolg's backpack. He was like an additional backpack on his backpack.
Yes. Yes, and I was towards the back because I am no good at my armor makes too much noise.
And we were trying to sneak Bolg through here undetected, but clearly we messed that up from the get-go. So I guess I'm up front. So
I'm pretty close to Alex at this point, if not right beside her.
So yeah, the volley of arrows comes in, and Alex ordered everyone to get down to try and lower our visible profile for the enemy to shoot us until we can figure out where the arrows are exactly coming from, because we haven't even cleared the tree line yet, I don't think.
Okay. So at this point, I want you guys to organize your tokens. There's the maps present, and organize your tokens in the sort of the marching order that you guys just referred.
Let's see. Oh, wait, wrong window. Oh, here we go. Where are... Oh.
I did a...
Aha. I was like,
And
where's the map?
as this is all going on, time slows down. You guys all hit the dirt, and the arrows continue to soar above you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go prone, so I'm just gonna give myself the prone icon.
Duck and cover.
Until I can figure out where the arrows are coming from, indeed.
That sounds like a good plan. I will join Alex on the floor.
Okay. Have initiatives.
Yeah, I need dice.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not half bad.
dice is good for playing D&D.
Well, as I told Matt earlier, you could just make up numbers.
I'm not going next week. Thank God.
Oh, shit. I might be going next week. That was terrible first roll tonight. Now, see, though, Jamie, I told you, if I was going to make up numbers, I'd make up better ones instead of single-digit numbers.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you play this game like golf.
Golf rules.
Or you're just throwing low numbers out first, so that when you get high numbers later on, no one suspects you.
Oh, you bet.
Oh man, that is actually very devious.
The plot thickens.
I rolled a good whopping 9 there.
Okay.
Wait. No, not 9, 8. I math wrong. There we go.
All right. And someone toss a d20 out for Kieran, and
Oh
I'll
no,
put
I
it in.
didn't. Damn it! I didn't math wrong. It is
I got-
9.
I got Kieran. I rolled
Okay.
a 14.
14. All right, that comes up to a 17. I'm gonna have him go right after you, Bolg,
Okay.
because you guys are like he's strapped onto you. The only thing in this grass right now is Kieran just sticking out on your backpack. And this is absolutely great because he is going to get arrows. Like, he needs to make a dex save, and well, let's see what it is. Bolg, why don't you roll again for it?
Just a d20.
Just a d20. I'll let you. I'll add it for you.
You got a 2.
Yes.
Hey. All right.
You're gonna kill his character. When he's
It's punishment
All right.
for not showing
So,
up.
first up on initiative, Bolg, arrows are soaring above you, and then all you hear is just a yelp coming from your backpack as something just sinks into it, or him,
yeah.
technically.
Right.
Not so much it.
Excellent. Good start.
Yep.
All right. So it's my turn now.
It is absolutely your turn.
Okay.
You have. You may
I
take
will
the
be-
reins.
I will be removing my backpack for the sake that it no longer gets injured.
Okay, you put the backpack down with Kieran alongside of it. It disappears into the grass, which the grass is only about a foot thick. So if you go prone, you're kind of fully like hidden, more or less. But if you stand up, you are no longer in cover, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to be remaining crouched. Being prone, does that reduce my movement speed by half?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, then I will remain prone and move 15 feet forward.
Okay, you slowly crawl forward and forward. You go. You can move up to wherever your movement speed allows you to. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm going to. I would like to just simply scout around, see from where we might be getting rained upon.
Okay, make a perception check. And
All
you
right,
are
then.
using the search action. This will take your action to do so.
Yes. Well, that doesn't help me much. That is at best a 4.
At best, a 4. Okay, so all
Yes, that
you
is a
see,
4. That is a 4.
all you know is that this is just you as a soldier can kind of state the obvious in things. You assess the situation. In front of you, what you see is a stream that seems to be flowing out of a cavern mouth. And behind that to the east is a thick briar of thickets.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond that, you can see that there's smoke billowing up beyond these thickets. You see that that's probably the best place to be where the enemies are. You don't see any small green men or goblins or anything.
But
That's the best assumption you can make about where they are. You don't see anything from the cave mouth because that would be way too obvious.
signs of activity.
Yeah, you don't see signs of activity at the cave mouth, but you think it's probably to the east, where behind the briar of thickets.
Okay.
Okay, with that, Kieran will take his movement and try to un-arrow himself. He's trying to pull the arrow out of himself again. This is the second time he's been shot by an arrow. And he's going to just like roll towards you, Bolg. He's going to take his movement and he's going to try to roll himself towards you, making sure that he stays as much behind you as possible. Mirabelle, what do you do?
All right. So since we're actually seem to be in trouble now, I'm just gonna roll over onto my back for a minute since I'm already on the floor, and after a few words and manipulating the magic around me, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Okay, Mage Armor. Do you want to stay where you are as well?
Yeah, I'll just stay put for now.
Okay. So you're on your back and you look up into the sky. Can you describe to me what the weather is? In the morning when you left, you remember it being sunny, but things have changed over the course of about 6 hours since your journey.
It has, and considering the weather lately, it's still kind of hot and muggy. It's sort of hazy out. There's a couple clouds, but not too many. And sun's still shining brightly. Doesn't look like any rain's gonna be coming our way just yet.
Okay. And that would be the goblin's turn, but you see that arrows still come occasionally through the thickets, a little bit too dense to see where they're coming from. They just seem to be plowing through the trees and the leaves in front of you. but they do not advance on your position, but just continue their fire. Alex.
Okay, let me see here. So that would make it that. Okay, so. Okay, so based, do I get anything based on sort of the trajectory of the arrows? I know Bulg already attempted to find it, but he didn't do very well. Yeah, do I get any sense of what direction they're in just based on how the arrows are landing?
You know that they're east, but you don't know where specifically in the thicket they are. It seems like they're moving around if there's at least more than a few of them, if anything, because they're firing from different positions every now and then, but you don't actually see any of them yet.
Okay, so I'm going to...
And you get the sense that as long as you stay prone, they probably won't be able to hit you.
Okay, so... Okay. Do I take this very slow? Or do I get in there and start swinging immediately? Alright, I'm going to, for the moment... See, my movement speed is 40, not 30, because I'm a monk, so my movement speed is currently 20. But I'll go ahead and dash. So I'll end up right... Is it right there? I really wish yeah, that's right. I really wish the measuring tool would stay on screen for a minute.
Right before Alex leaves, Mirabelle is just gonna tap her on the shoulder and ask, "Are we gonna talk to these ones too?"
Somehow I think talking is out of the question.
I think they made that evidently clear.
Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna dash up here and then... yeah, I'm just gonna stay there for now.
Okay, as you scoot and crawl across the grass, your clothes become tinged with a bit of green, but it's not too super green because it is the autumn season and the grass is starting to die down and turn more of like a yellowish color. Top the round, Bolg, you're up.
Okay.
This is...
All right.
Yeah, arrows are still sailing above your heads during this course.
All right, I'm gonna dash 30 feet forward, still prone.
Okay.
And that's my action.
All right, you crawl. No one seems to notice that you're there. Whatever's firing at you guys, it seems like they're doing it in sort of like random volleys just to suppress you guys, just to keep you from moving forward. Kieran will attempt to do the same, but every time he does so, you can hear just ow, ow, ow.
That was a good
As he
Kieran
scoots
voice.
this way. Mirabelle.
All right. What I would like to do is sort of take a moment and watch for an arrow and sort of trying to eye where they are. And I would like to just sort of randomly shoot an Eldritch Blast into the thicket.
Okay.
So if I like just sort of give you a trajectory and just roll and see what happens.
All right. Let's see. I want you to make an attack roll, but you will be at a -10 to this.
Ooh, a -10. This will be exciting.
So if something miraculous happens, it was meant to happen.
All right. Oh, man. Let's see, spell modifier is 7. So that's going to be a 16 to hit.
Okay. You aren't even standing up, but describe what happens as you hear just a yell, a cry, a goblin cry from one of the thickets, and you think something very devastating happened. Roll damage as well.
So Mirabelle, laying in the grass, just sort of reaches a hand up and grabs a string of the weave that she sees in front of her and just sort of yanks on it very gently, and a wave of force just sort of goes bubbling across over Alex's head and into the thicket. And that is going to be 8 points of force damage.
Okay, 8 points of force damage. Let's see how bad this goblin is off. Okay, with 8 points of force damage, all you hear through the thicket is, "Ah, my arm!" and just collapse.
Very
and then
nice.
with my movement, I would like to just sort of roll over here and out of that position so they can't
Absolutely.
track me.
Absolutely. Very well played. That was nuts to start off with, and that was in Goblin when that Goblin. I mean, that was in Common when the Goblin cried out for its arm, and it's a good chance that it's probably dead. Okay, it is the Goblin's turn. The Goblin will now do nothing. You see that no fire is returned at that point, and everything kind of comes to a standstill. And all you hear at the moment now is that as you're encroaching upon it, you can hear the stream, the sound of the stream, and the crackle of firewood in beyond the thicket. But you don't hear any more arrows being popped off. Alex, what do you do?
Let's see. So I'm going to, let me make sure that I am reading this correctly. Okay, so you get that. Okay, so, okay, I don't have that yet. Alright. So I'm going to, I heard one die, but I don't know if I haven't seen any movement this way yet, so I'm going to assume they're still hiding in the bushes. So I'm going to use, let's see, that's 20. So half my movement gets me over here. Though actually, I suppose if I have to, how deep is this? Do I have to jump over this?
When you look at it, you noted that the stream is rather shallow, but you can definitely ascertain that it's about 2 feet deep at its deepest point, and the water is quite clear. It's very clear, and you can see small fish.
So I don't have to try to long jump over this or anything.
If you wade through it, it is difficult terrain.
Yeah. So if I dash, that gives me. Actually, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna use the other half of my movement that I have remaining to stand up because I can't really just like body crawl through the water. That probably wouldn't work. So I'm gonna stand up and then dash, and that will give me. Now that I'm standing, that gives me 40 feet of movement. But I can only use 20 because difficult terrain. Or rather, moving across it, would that be 10 feet across or 15 feet across?
It'll be 10 feet. You can get up to the other side.
Okay,
with
so
10 feet.
that's 20 feet. I have 20 more feet of movement. I'm going to.
Didn't you stand up?
I
Isn't that half
He's
movement?
dashing.
I dashed, and I'm a monk. I have 10 more feet of movement than everybody else.
Okay.
So basically, I had 40 feet, but I was moving prone, so it reduced it to 20. I crawled 10. I used the other half to stand up. Then I dashed, went across here, and because I dashed, I have 40.
Ah, okay.
And I'm standing up, so I have
Okay.
I have 20 more feet. I'm going to move.
That makes a big difference.
Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to move the 15. Is it difficult terrain inside this bush?
It's actually impassable. Do you have like a sharp knife or something to hack your way, like a machete or sword?
I think I do. I'm gonna have to go around, so I'm gonna just walk up the riverbank here. Actually, I have 20 more feet of movement. Yeah, I'm just gonna risk it. I'm just gonna walk it.
Okay.
So that's 20. Okay, that's where I'm at. I'll risk being standing. We'll see what happens.
You as you kind of just hug at this close to the thicket, it's kind of a little bit of a raised slope. It's like a levee against the side of the bank of the stream. So you have half cover, essentially pressing yourself up against the thickets themselves. Okay, with that bulk, you see Alex. You're standing, Alex, right?
Yeah, I'm standing now.
Okay. She has made herself across the stream, and she is hiding against the thicket, which was firing upon you guys.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get myself up as well.
Hmm?
As soon as I can change my token. And then I'm going to dash as well as an action.
Okay.
And then make myself over to the other side of the bank as well.
Okay, you sprint, and I assume you're going to be jumping.
Is it deeper at the portion that I would be at?
It's roughly about 2 feet, the entire length of it.
You dashed, right? So this is how far you can go.
You had to stand up.
Well, I
Oh,
need to
yes,
stand up
he has
first.
45 at that point. But you can definitely long jump over. Like you're probably built for this. This is good. This is easy for you.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll take the chance.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
you can get to pretty much anywhere.
A-
like
a-
this
athle-
far.
ath- athletics check, right?
Nope, you're good. It's
Okay,
not.
just-
It's not super strenuous. It's an easy hop for you.
Okay.
Okay, so
Basically,
you
like, right there.
you essentially just make it. You clear the landing and you land on the opposite side. And you see that the thicket kind of just dwindles at this point, and it gets very, very shallow and becomes just grassland at that point, with a small, like what looks like a rough beaten trail with small goblin-like footprints every now and then within this dirt trail that's being eroded away. Kieran will just crawl continuously, and he'll get to about there, staying down. And Mirabelle, you're up.
All right. I will slowly move forward, still staying prone, so that is 10, 15 movement, and I would like to ready an action to Eldritch Blast any more goblins if I see any.
Okay. Bolg. Sorry, not Bolg. It's the goblin's turn. You hear nothing, and they do not seem to be doing anything in retaliation.
All right.
Alex.
Is just as a random aside here while I do my turn, is the turn tracker like busted? It's not actually rotating.
I'm gonna try not to rotate it because I sometimes forget to rotate it. So I'm just gonna keep it static.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go.
All right, I will keep
Alright.
note of that. All right, so this is impassable. I've got that. Let's see, who is okay. So Bolg is basically on the opposite side of the initiative order from me. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move up here and slip past Bolg, and I want to see if I can see anything.
Okay, make a perception check.
Perception check. All right, I'm reasonably good at these, but I'm probably gonna roll a 2.
Mhm.
It's still pretty bad. Okay. It's a 12.
You see nothing, nor do you hear anything. You can at that point when you kind of just lean your head around some of the trees and stuff, you see that there is a burning campfire within sort of like a clearing, which the thicket surrounds, and it's propped up against like the cave wall, or the hill wall, and it's a light smoldering fire, but you don't see anything.
Okay, well, for the time being, I don't really want to be out in the open like that from the cave door. So I'm just going to move over here and just kind of press against this in case there's anything coming from this way.
Okay, when you do so, you automatically see this. A goblin pressed up against a mound of dirt. It's a small moundish hill. You definitely did not see this, but you managed to creep behind it. It's turned around from you. And it seems to be trying to hug against the thicket, trying to surprise someone that kind of comes through the thicket.
Okay, good. And you know what? I have exactly 5 feet of movement left. So, we are going to move right on here. And then I am going to kick this goblin right in the back of the head with an
Boot to the
unarmed
head.
attack.
Boot to the head.
Boot to the head. Oh, hey, there's a good roll. First double-digit roll of the night.
So 11.
No, it's going to be a 22 to hit.
Yep, 22 definitely knocks this goblin's socks off.
Okay, d4 of damage plus 3, so that's going to be 5 points of boot to the head.
5 points of boot to the head. You know what? I'm gonna give you advantage. Just roll that again, see if you crit or get anything else.
No advantage.
Okay,
or rather,
so-
no crit, unfortunately.
All right, so you knock this goblin. You hit him in the head. His head slams against the thicket that he's hiding behind. He's still in the fight, but he is dazed from that, taken unaware by you coming up behind it. Bolg, you hear
Oh, wait,
combat.
I'm not done yet. Wait,
Not done yet.
I'm not done yet. I'm a monk. I have bonus actions. Okay, so with my bonus action, I'm going to I'm gonna use martial arts to get an extra attack, and I'm gonna do the like. If any of you guys have watched a lot of '80s movies, I'm gonna do that like Jean-Claude Van Damme like split kick and just like drop it on him.
It's called an axe kick.
All right, wait. Oh damn, that roll's not very good. This might miss. That's gonna be a 14.
14 will hit.
Ooh, that was close. That was sketchy.
Yeah, 14 definitely
Oh,
hits this.
at least the damage made up for that kind of sad roll. That's gonna be what? That's 9 points of axe kick.
9 points of damage. You bring your leg down, cutting it almost in half with the sheer prowess in your skills. It collapses to the ground, knocked
Drop
out.
it.
This dress
probably
is pretty
dead.
much ruined.
You got grass stains. You got a little bit of water, kind of just splashed upon you, and like some blood from the previous fights with the red brand. It's probably not looking too good. Yeah.
I thought I moved that blood to Kieran.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
I do remember that. I do remember that. Yes.
Okay, so I kicked the crap out of this goblin. I
Okay.
didn't see anything else though. So Bulg.
All right. Bulg is going to, upon hearing the commotion, draw his war maul and is going to run into the fray. Let's
Okay.
see. So, 5, 10, 15, 20. What do I see?
You see.
Anything new?
You see Alex just finishing up the job. Incapacitated goblin in front of you, probably deceased at this point from the sheer trauma. But nothing else seems to. You see that there is a goblin just maybe like 10 feet in front of the other one with like an arm blown off by the sheer will of magic.
Okay. But he's somewhat conscious, or is he out too?
No, he's probably dead.
Okay. He's going to go
He's
ahead
missing an arm.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. He's going to proceed 2 steps further just to check and see about anything around the campfire.
Okay, make a perception check about this area if you want to, or investigation to kind of find like the minute details.
I will go ahead and say with investigation, and that is a 13.
Okay, with a 13, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. You see the goblin arrows. Like there's a small area next to the campfire where there are goblin quivers just piled up on top of each other, and a few more short bows, goblin-sized. Along with the fire, there seems to be a small spit roast of what looks like some sort of rodent, probably squirrel or chipmunk or something that the goblins were cooking, and that was the aroma that was wafting into the air.
All right.
So you guys can consider yourself out of initiative for now, and you can act normally.
All right.
All right, so
Chipmunk. Really? How uncouth.
if there were any more in here, they probably retreated into the cave.
I
Would
will
be diff-
stand up and sort of have a look at Kieran, who probably has this other arrow in his other foot now.
Yeah, he
Yes.
did. He kind of did. As Bulg just dropped to the ground, the only thing Kieran sticking out was his butt and his legs as he flailed it upwards from just the momentum. So he has in his other foot an arrow hole.
His poor tiny feet.
Alex, do you think you could help with this?
Well, he said arrow hole, so I'm assuming he already pulled the arrow out.
Oh, did he?
The arrow is gone. There is his boots are getting torn up by the amount of arrows that he's getting peppered with. But he seems to be okay. He looks like it's a small wound. It didn't dig too deep. These are goblin-sized arrows. They're not red brand arrows.
I was about to say, is that a halfling joke or a goblin joke?
Yes.
Getting a small wound. Alright, well, we should get a look at this cave. We should be very careful. Ooh, sorry, yawning. We should be very careful, however. We don't know how many are in there.
Exactly.
And even if the goblin we had earlier had... Even if we had asked him how many, I'm not sure I'd trust a goblin to count.
Indeed, they can be such unreliable sources of information.
Okay, so I'm gonna move past Kieran. I'm just gonna kind of stay against this wall and kind of keep doing that, where I'm just kind of staying against the wall. I just want to
Okay.
try. I just want to try to get a peek.
With your perception, and bear with me, I'm transferring to a darker image with some lighting for the cave. It is very dark for you as you peer into it. You can't make out too much besides sort of the stream running upwards into the cave. Darkness just takes your human eyes. But you do hear the stream continue into the cave for probably some several dozen feet.
Right, I'm human in this campaign. God damn it. I don't have dark vision. All right. I can't see anything. It's too dark up here.
You need a torch.
I'd rather not. If I light a torch, every arrow in there is going to come right for it.
Better have me take a look then.
I'm gonna get out of the way, if I can. There we go.
All right. You step out of the way, allow Bulk to come muscling through. The entrance to the cave itself is mostly stream. It's about maybe 5-10 feet worth of stream, and then a small, very small, narrow ledge that allows you to just skirt the side of the cave into it. It's very, very small, fit for a goblin, but not so much for a great orc like you.
Half orc.
Half orc, definitely.
He just said you were a great orc. I mean, come on. That's a compliment,
Yes.
right?
Great half orc. Let's be rational here.
So you're only half as great as any orc. I see. Okay.
But it's the orc half that
Oh,
makes him great.
No, it's the halfness that makes me great.
Oh, all right.
I mean, isn't that how it works in fiction? Anyways.
Anyway, I try to look around for a pickaxe or something to make this opening a bit wider.
You see no pickaxe unless you have one.
Well,
we're gonna Minecraft this bitch.
well, Bulg goes ahead and takes the pickaxe that he has in his hands already, i.e. the normal.
Okay,
Yes, we're going to try one of those.
Make an athletics check if you want to smash this cave wall.
Oh,
Yes,
Lord.
we will be. Ooh. All right.
If they
And
did-
my bonus is? Yep, that is a modified 20.
Modified 20. The small cave ledge expands as the rock crumbles and hits and drops into the stream, making splooshing noises. The water splashes, hits your boots, and shafts of light descend into the cave. And in front of you, you notice that there are snarling wolves chained to a stalagmite. Three of them, to be specific. And light hits their eyes in such a way that it refracts off of their eyes and makes that very ominous look as you look at like a creature in the middle of the night, and you just see like it spooks you kind of look. What do you do?
Ooh. He immediately stops hammering and then turns around to Alex. There are wolves on the near side of the wall. I would suggest we let Mirabelle handle this situation from here. And he goes ahead and he moves out of the way so that way Alex can go ahead and see where the wolves are.
I probably can't see them. It's too dark.
Oh, right. Well, take my word for it. There are 3 wolves there that need to be dealt with.
I'm just gonna get out of the way because I can't see it anyways.
Oh, Mirabelle,
Alex,
do you have a moment?
hold on. I have an idea. And Mirabelle is just sort of whispering to Alex this grand scheme.
Oh boy. This
And
scheme.
being very quiet about this so that no one else can hear unless they're really trying. But then she sort of remembers that everyone else is around and looks to Bolg and smiles a bit. And then I will step forward so I can just see the wolves up here.
Okay, you can even step further a little bit if you want to. But you see 3 wolves. They're fairly large. but they're definitely very mangy, and they look like they're malnourished. And you can definitely smell the waft of animalistic stench within this chamber of the cave. And each of them snarl at you, their teeth kind of just grinding in anticipation of food, delicious food presented to them. And you can see that their mouths are frothing.
You know, food's a good idea. Kieran, can you go get the chipmunk?
Garen will do as he is asked, and he'll return with the stick of chipmunk
I will.
and hand it to you.
I will gingerly remove the chipmunk from the stick and just sort of roll it gently into the cave towards the wolves.
I feel like I missed something. When did we get a stick with a chipmunk on it?
It was roasting on the
That was
fire.
roasting on the fire.
Oh, that's what it... Okay. Nice.
Okay, so with a spear of chipmunk, you start moving yourself into the caves, and you can see each of the wolves, and they kind of seem to be drawn towards the stick. What do you do?
I remove the chipmunk from the stick, and if it happens to come off in pieces, then I will start throwing the pieces at the wolves so that they can have a snack.
Yeah, so like an arm just breaks off because it's so like brittle. It's a little bit overcooked, and it just breaks off the arm. But the rest of it seems to be intact. And how do you present it to the wolves? Like,
I will take the body, and since it's I might end up just sort of breaking it further and like making it into a nice log shape and rolling it across the floor.
okay, the insides are just absolutely tender and like not charred, and it's like pure delicious meat. And each of the wolves just look at you intently, like you've got this perfect gift for them. And they start moving themselves towards you. But the chain that they are tied to, it just gets taut, and you can hear it pulls back on them. And you can hear a slight whimper from each of the wolves as they aren't able to reach you, but they want to.
Yeah, I'll just toss in the chipmunk and see what happens.
Okay, any specific area you're tossing it towards them, or?
I'll try to toss it in the middle of them.
Okay, all right. So just you can step in the room and show me where like you want to toss it.
All right, let's see. I'm assuming that this is like the pillar they're chained to.
Yep, that is the stalagmite that they are chained to.
All right, I will toss it like over here between these two, next to the stalagmite.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh man,
Now that's a rarity.
you don't see this very often.
Nope.
It may be food, but is it food enough compared to a delicious tiefling?
Evidently not. That is going to be, what is animal hand? That's going to be a 4.
Okay. When you toss the food, one of the wolves just jumps up, kicks the other one aside, and the other one actually recoils back, and you can see that it's pissed off. And the one that kicked it just opens its wide maw and eats up all the pieces that you have tossed and laps it up off the ground even. The one that had been knocked out of the way, it seems to be a little bit furious, and it looks towards you, and it looks for its due. It's waiting for you to give more.
I just point at greedy wolf that ate all of it and say, it's not my fault. Yes, I am talking to wolves, knowing that they don't understand words.
They all look intently at you, especially the one that had been wronged, or so to speak, looking for more food. Growling, and they approach to you once more, but the chain keeping them at bay.
With a sort of resigned sigh and a bit of a shrug, I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the one that is accusing me of being wrong.
Okay.
No, you're
As
wrong.
you do so,
It's the solution.
as you do so, make a initiative roll, and I
Here we
want
go.
everyone else in the party to do the same thing.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh
joy.
damn, my initiatives are so bad.
Okay.
It's not
I
bad.
wasted crit initiative.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
It. I've rolled even lower than last time.
It's all downhill from here.
Absolutely.
It's all going down Millhouse.
Oh man, Daniel, you got me with that one. All right. Are your initiatives updated?
Yep.
Mine is.
Apparently Maribel knows what's up right now.
I wasted
Maribel.
a crit on that.
Maribel, do you want to roll for Kieran as well?
Sure. Alright, Kieran got a 5.
Okay, that's like an 8 for him.
Oh, hey, he's down here with me.
So Mirabelle 21, Bulk 14, Wolves 12, Kieran 8, and Alex 7. Alex, you're at the back. This makes sense. But Mirabelle, what you see as they look intently towards you, the pack swarming you essentially, and the chains being taut, they are very hungry. And that food that you've given them must have been a invitation to something a little bit more than you anticipated. And they jump towards you, and the chain from the column snaps. But not before you get your spell off. Make an attack.
Jamie, are you talking about
Okay.
being mauled by wolves, or are you talking dating politics right now?
Yes.
Open-ended.
Open-ended.
Alright, that's gonna be a 24 to hit.
Okay. First wolf, you strike down, make damage.
I will make damage. Oh yeah. That is an amazing one.
No. You have that. There's got to be more than that.
She doesn't.
Not
She
yet.
doesn't have that invocation, so yeah, it can literally be one.
I just need to make sure because remember,
It is 1.
the DM's job is to be on the player side.
The
So-
dice, however, are not.
The dice.
Di-
however,
dice is Switzerland. They could care less.
Okay. Bolg or Mirabelle, would you like to do anything else?
If these aren't quite in range of me yet, I would like to back out of the cave.
You have just enough time. You see this happening. You get your spell off, and you can run.
All right, let's do that. We're going behind Volg. He
Okay.
will save me.
All right. Make a dexterity save as you run.
Oh, boy.
Oh man,
Oh man.
this might not end well. What's my dex save? Not good. 8.
You slip on the rocks created by Bolg and the splashing of water against the side of the ledge, and you slip and fall into the stream. You are now soaked and prone in the water, but you are safe from the wolves. And you end about right here. Right there.
All right.
Okay, with that, Bolg, you see that Mirabelle just sprints out. Magic seems to have been cast within the cave, and she is just out of here and slipped, apparently.
I take it things did not go well, did they?
I made a mistake.
We all make mistakes, my dear. And these wolves have made the mistakes of messing with you. Bolg is going to go ahead and move himself in front of where the rocks were, where he was working before.
Absolutely.
And he is going to, with his action, put more rocks in the in front of where the unstable ledging is. So
Okay.
that way, if a wolf comes towards him, he is going to have to go ahead and try. He is going to have to deal with them or fall into the stream.
Okay, make a athletics check as you chisel away at the rock.
I will fix this wall.
Someone's taking out a lot of rage against a certain wall.
22. Open-ended, Jamie. Open-ended.
Open-ended, exactly.
22.
No direct quotes. 22, you could chisel away. The wall is being chipped away, and parts of the upper portion of the cave entrance is just falling and hitting the ledge in front of you. You have definitely created an obstruction for the wolves. They either have to climb it and hopefully fall, or go into the stream itself. All right. With that, do you want to move anywhere else? Do you want to back up or anything?
I will take 5 steps back just in case any wolf tries to jump and attack the party.
Absolutely. Okay. With that, the first wolf will come over here, see the mound of rocks. It's going to try to get over it, and it actually will succeed. It climbs dexterously over it, surprisingly to your maze, and it's going to lunge at you with a large bite attack. It's going to be a 19 to hit you.
Yes.
And you're going to take 5 points of piercing damage, and you must succeed on a strength saving throw or become prone.
Strength save.
Oh, that's your bread and
Fantastic.
butter.
Yes. 21.
21. Okay, you do not fall prone. As this thing bites onto your maul, you catch it with your maul, and you are not falling down anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the other wolf will come over here, jump into the water, avoiding knocking its brethren out of the way, and there is a wolf trying to doggy paddle downstream towards you, Mirabelle. The other one will hide behind it, cannot move past the rocks and boulder, and it will try to save from falling, but gets a natural one and just splooshes into the water. All right, with that, Kieran is up. Kieran cannot see too well, but he's going to step over here, and he's going to wait for an opening before he casts a spell. Alex, you're up.
All right. I'm going to. I have 40. That's 10. So I can still make it over there, I suppose. I'm just gonna get. How am I gonna get over there, though? This is a very clustered area, and I don't have a lot of ranged options.
Can you slip your staff in past Bolg and broom something in the head?
I don't know how that would work, because I can't. I'd have to leave his space, which would provoke.
Opportunity.
Yeah, I don't really want to do that.
You can always find the water. It's 2 feet.
Can I?
You can be in the water. It's 2 feet. He said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something tells me I'm gonna have to make like a strength save, and I'm gonna fall down river.
You can't fall down river. My ass is in the way.
That's true. All right. Well, I got to get up here because we got to get some damage in. I'm gonna get up here, and I'm gonna try to get some damage on this wolf here. It's in front of me.
Sploosh, you are now knee-deep in water, and it's quite cold.
Well, my clothes are already ruined, so we're gonna try to broom this thing. Let's see.
The one to the left or the right?
The one that's directly in front of me.
Okay.
So it's a 17 to broom.
Yep, that absolutely hits.
Alright, so I bring down the broom. Let's see, that's my quarterstaff, so that's gonna be 9 points of bludgeoning damage as I come down with the broom.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna use one of my precious key points for Flurry of Blows. So I get 2 unarmed attacks. So I'm gonna let go of the broom with one hand and give this thing a punch as well. And that is a nat 20, actually.
Okay.
Ooh, nat 20, boys. Okay, so it's gonna be 2d4 plus modifier. Come on, be good. Oh, that's actually, it's not bad. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 more points of bludgeoning damage.
That wolf collapses under this flurry of blows.
Alright, I have one more attack. I will use it on the one that is next to Bolg. And that is going to be... Wow, why do I roll really good on attacks and really bad on initiative? It's like the dice know. It's going to be a modified 20.
Modified 20 hits.
And that's going to be 1d4. That's the full 4. So that's plus 3, so 4, 5, 6, 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, describe what this looks like.
She just sort of like leaps in past Bolg, broom in both hands, and just kind of swings it into the side of the head coming in, and then letting go with one hand, just kind of uppercuts it to try to break its jaw up into its head, which is very pretty.
Yeah, it definitely does. The bottom teeth actually shatter the upper teeth, and you can just see that it just protrudes through its snout. The one in front of Bulk is still alive, but it seems to have been knocked in the head, and it seems to be dazed by that blow that it was not expecting this quick reflex to go on.
All right.
Okay,
That's all I got.
that's all you got? All right. With that, Mirabelle, you're up once more. Actually, because there's a little bit of an opening now, Kieran will yell out from behind everyone, "Oh, look, a distraction!" And he's going to cast Minor Illusion and create a hunk of meat to the left of you,
Yes.
Alex, on the other side of the stream bank.
That's very Kieran.
It's just this ham. All right, Mirabelle, you're up.
Okay. I will stand up from the stream and just sort of shake out my cloak as best I can because it's now soaking wet.
Yep.
And
Head to toe.
I will just look angrily at this other wolf. Can I see the one that is in front of Alex? This one.
Yeah, that's one behind it. It's actually kind of just flailing in the water. It's kind of upside down because it slipped on the rocks created by Bolg, and it just is tumbling down the stream. So, but yeah, you definitely see it. You can just take like a step to the side, and you'll be able to hit it or whatever.
Okay. Does that count as prone? Is that going to be hard to hit?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. So I will cast Eldritch Blast at that one then in the water.
Okay.
That is... Let's see. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely will hit it.
So as the force erupts around this wolf for 10 points of force damage, part of its rib cage just starts caving in awkwardly, and then I will take a step to the side behind Bolg, still shaking out my cloak.
You climb out of the water, you are just drenched head to toe, your weave is ruined, the magic weave is ruined, everything is ruined. And that will be it. The wolf just rolling down the stream. Bulg, you're up.
All right.
The one in front of you is really hurt, and the one in the water seems to be really hurt as well.
All right. I will be taking the one that's in front of me first.
Okay.
And I was crushing with my maul. Oh, saved it. Oh, wow. Nat 20, boys.
Hey.
Yes.
All right, I thought
Now-
it was bad news for a second.
Well, here's the thing. So normally when you roll a critical hit, you get an additional hit die.
Yep.
Or you get an additional damage dice.
Yep.
However, because I am a half-orc, I also get to add one more dice on top of that.
Yep, it's going to be 5d6.
Is it 5 or because it's 2d6 normally?
Yep,
So
2d6
3?
becomes 4d6.
Oh, okay, per each.
Yeah.
And then it becomes okay, so it's 5.
Yep, and then you add your modifier once.
And then because of my fighting style, I get to re-roll any 1s or 2s.
Absolutely.
That overkill, though, boys.
Okay, so that's 4, 3, 4. So that's already a 14, which is now a 19, and then add my damage plus 3, 22 points of bludgeoning damage to this poor wolf.
Damn.
What
Well-
in the name of Grumsh happens?
So, you know how you see those cartoons of Wile E. Coyote getting run over by the Acme truck, and he's so rolled out that he's basically like you could pick him up and he's 2-dimensional. That just happened with a fucking Wormall.
You not only just obliterate the wolf in front of you, like you actually like tan the hide essentially.
Yes, exactly.
And the rock underneath is just dust. All like Alex and Mirabelle, all you see is just dust and like red, just a mist. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do, Bolg?
No, I think I'm pretty darn good.
All right, that one is just obliterated like twice over, maybe even 3 times over. All right, the one rolling around the water, it's going to try to stand up in the water, and it's going to move towards you, Alex, and it's going to try to take a bite out of you.
Oh boy.
Okay, of course, it gets a natural 1 and it rolls back into the water,
Yes.
missing you completely.
Whew.
All right, Kieran, unable to see what's going on because the wolf is in the water, will just pass, and Alex, you are up.
Okay, so did that wolf like fall down?
It's in the water at this point.
Prone.
Now I'm
Prone?
asking if it's
it prone?
prone.
Yep, it's pro. I'm gonna give it to you.
All right, I'm gonna broom this sucker.
Ruin this mother sucker.
Exactly. Come on, give me something. Oh God, that's a terrible roll even with advantage. God.
You gotta
Okay.
beat a 13.
I actually just got I got an 8 on the die,
Okay, you hit.
which is just a 13.
The
Okay.
water makes that distortion of the image, and it's kind of hard to see as well as it's
Okay,
flailing
so-
about, but you still manage to connect.
So we're gonna bring down the pain on this thing. 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 points of bludgeoning damage with the broom.
Yep, yeah, that'll do it. It is dead. It just floats
Alright.
lifelessly in the water and comes back to the surface.
Whew. Okay. So was that the last wolf?
That was the last wolf that you guys know about. So I will
Okay.
consider you guys out of initiative until further things occur.
I have a question. Are the
Yes.
bodies still tethered together? Like, did the rock break that they were chained to, or did the chains break?
The chains broke,
Okay.
but they were not tethered to each other. They had their own individual chains, but they all succeeded on breaking out when they saw delicious food.
Hey, you never know. It could have broken off a chunk of rock and still been chained together.
So there were 3 chains and not 1 chain.
Right.
Okay, so the wolves in front of you are dead. If you allow them to, Alex, they will kind of just slowly ride down the stream.
Yeah, we're just gonna let that happen. I have no interest
Yeah.
in this.
Just get out of the water before you get like any dirt on you, any more so. But you guys are out of initiative, so you act freely.
I'm just gonna get out of the water and kind of like she's just gonna immediately like wring out the bottom of her dress. Like, if I'd known we were going to be doing more than delivering a wagon, I would have come dressed appropriately.
You must always be prepared for any occasion.
Bloody maul.
Even
Bloody
even a
maul in
wedding.
hand.
Yes. Yes, as he goes ahead, he puts the maul into the water to let the stream wash it before going ahead and taking some time to take out a new fur pelt.
Claiming your prize, huh?
Yes.
All right.
Excuse me. All right, so
Adding 1 wolf pelt.
if there's anyone in there, they definitely know we're here by now. I would assume that the rock breaking was, or the chains breaking was rather loud.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna have to unfortunately probably get a torch out because I can't see.
Okay.
I do have torches.
Bulk hands 2 of them to you and Kieran, so that way you 2 can see.
Oh, so you used your torches, okay.
All right. So he will hand you and Kieran a torch, and you guys should have light at this point. Which, as you take the torch out, it shines in a radius of 40 feet, but bright light in 20 feet, and the rest in dim light. Okay.
Okay, so we need to get a better look in here.
Watch your step, mind you. Alex, you might want to do your thing here, he says, pointing in front of the area with the rocky pebbles.
That are now dust. So I'm gonna try to probably get shot by arrows, but I need to try to see what's going on here. So I'm gonna step forward and kind of step into the cave so I can see a little bit.
Yeah, this is the first time you're stepping into the cave, actually, with the wolves, and you're just hit by this awful, awful stench. And you make a perception check at this point.
Okie dokie. Oh, come on. 14.
With a 14, you actually see what is occurring. There are small dripping noises of stalactite, just falling from the water falling from the ceiling. But in front of you, you hear, you don't so much see yet, but you absolutely hear just a loud dropping of something like chunks of something moist hitting the ground from a very high height. It sounds like splashing, like when you drop fruit from like a rooftop and it hits the ground like on a rocky surface or something.
Are we gonna start making like cantaloupe jokes again?
We might have to.
Actually, the DM isn't in on that joke. Damn.
And it seems to be coming from about this direction somewhere.
I will trail in after Alex just to.
Yes, Kieran and I will follow afterwards.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
If you'd be so kind of control Kieran's
I will watch. I will manage Kieran's token.
Okay, I'm gonna, I guess, just see if there's anything else in here and figure out what's making noise. Though I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Okay. When you continue in, you see that the stalactite behind you, the chains that are broken, and the stud that was affixed to the rock, completely just shattered at this point. But in front of you, you see this crevasse, this fissure within the rock wall, and it seems to go in a bit of a distance, and it ascends upwards almost. And when you look at it, you see. You thought it was some sort of liquid or something, but you see the disgusting brown substance just plummeting to the earth from the ceiling.
That's what
Well,
I figured.
I believe we
smell
found
it.
I believe we have found their inner plumbing.
Yes, well, I didn't expect a goblin cave to have internal plumbing of any sort, even if it's just throwing a bucket down a hole.
It's quite profound for these creatures.
They could be leaving the bucket up there with them.
Anyways, time to try to get a look around this corner.
Okay.
If I can, how wide is this ledge? Can I even like move on this ledge?
Yeah, if you press your back against the wall, it's fine. Just for all intents and purposes, just treat it as 5 foot, not difficult terrain or anything.
Alright, I'm just trying to peek here, so I see that there's a bridge up there.
Yeah, absolutely. In front of you, as you look into the cave some more, you notice that this section of the cave breaks off into 2 directions, sort of like a Y-shaped intersection. To your left, you see that over across the stream there is a landing of stone, which ascends up to about a 5-foot climb, and then a little bit more to another 5-foot climb. And in front of you is the continuation of the stream, followed by this ledge with a set of wet stairs from all the moisture of the stream, and a bridge, a rickety rope and wood bridge above you.
Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is I want to go back over here, and I'm just gonna see if there's any like bits of rubble left from Bulg's Minecrafting on this wall, and pick up something to throw in the event that I need to throw something.
Absolutely, you can pick up a few pieces of rock and pebble debris.
I'll pick up a few pebbles just in case I need to hurl a rock in somebody's face. Bulg, if they're on this bridge, they'll have the high ground.
That is troublesome. Bo puts away his sledgehammer and takes out 2 hand axes, just in case we need to take them out from afar.
Yes, well, it looks like it splits into 2 paths here. Which path seems more reasonable to you? One passes, if they're on the bridge up ahead, they'll have the high ground on us, but...
Not exactly sure whether about getting across the other way, though.
Yes, I can't really see where it goes, if it goes anywhere at all.
We should proceed carefully. I would say we take our chances on the bridge. Unless he rummages through his sack quickly. I do have some climbing gear. The only trouble is getting it across the stream.
Let's see.
One thing to note here is when you guys are talking, you find yourselves needing to talk to each other at actually a normal voice volume. because even your normal voices at this point sound as a whisper, drowned out by the acoustics of the cave and the coupling of the stream and the small rapids that are kind of just running up the stream. So anything that is a normal voice at this point sounds more like a muffled whisper to each other.
Okay. I have an idea. What I will do is I have a trident here. I will go ahead and tie some rope to my trident, and I will toss it over to the other side. Then Kieran goes ahead and gets across and attaches these pythons on the other side, so that way the rest of us can get across more securely.
Are you suggesting we throw the halfling?
If you're going to bring it down to layman's terms, then yes.
Guys, don't I get a matter in this plan?
I'm gonna be so sad if we go through with this and he's not here to yell about it.
Well, it's that, or we face more arrows.
You have a bad track record with those.
I mean, depending on Bulg's strength score, he could probably just throw Alex instead. Though this isn't really that long of a gap. Like, I think anybody could probably jump this.
Yeah, this is very easily jumpable. Any one of you can.
Okay, then Bulg will cut out the middleman, and he will attempt to jump it.
Okay, absolutely. You may jump it, no problem.
Okay, I jump it, no problem. I don't need to roll.
Nope, absolutely not. This is like there's so just for the record in game, the game has a mechanic for long jumping and just regular standing jumping and stuff, and like 10 feet is nothing.
Okay.
And it's based on your strength score, multiplies higher up to like 20 feet or something. So with a strength score of 20, unless like I'll tell you when you guys need to.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
So I can jump it and set the rope so that everyone can then come across no problem.
And you don't even need the rope because everyone can jump across it.
Okay, there you go.
Even us plebs that dump strength.
So in front of you, Bulg, this is a small ledge that goes up 5 feet. So you need to just scale it with like a foot or two to get yourself up.
Couldn't we just lift Kieran and put him up on the wall?
I'm just gonna wait for Bulg to give us the clear before I jump across this thing.
Yeah, let me look around and let me see, because I can't see much ahead, actually.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna...
Is this blockage, or is this just, like, decoration?
You can't, when you go further, like, once you go here, there's a 5-foot ascension. It's a shelf. It's a ledge. And it goes up. You have to climb over it. But when you get onto this landing, there's another 5-foot ledge up higher, so you can't see beyond that from where you're standing until you get up higher.
Okay, he turns around and explains this to them, and he's going to go ahead and take a quick look before letting them know if it's safe or not.
Okay, I'm just going to keep, while he's doing that, I'm just going to keep an eye up here.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of wary about the ridge.
Okay, you're just going to keep an eye on whatever goes on. Make a perception check at this moment.
Oh, come on, don't suck. That's a 12.
Okay, you don't see anything. The bridge is kind of wet and rickety, and you can see it just swaying with the natural wind generated by the stream underneath. You don't see any creatures or anything within line of sight, but if there were, you probably would have been noticed because you're wielding a torch and you kind of need to wave it around to see things.
Yep, unfortunate humans. Alright, I'm just gonna wait for Bulg to get back to us.
I'll keep an eye out on the cave entrance to make sure our friend doesn't decide to come back.
Okay, make a perception check as well. You are on high alert. Watching the rear, making sure nothing comes from behind.
Apparently I'm watching my own rear. That's gonna be 4.
Okay. Your rear has never looked better.
Are you distracted by your own tail?
I am distracted by my own tail. It's kind of like... It feels awkward because my cloak's still wet and it's just sort of clingy.
It's getting a wedgie right there between your tail. All right. Bulk, you've discovered what you can see as far as you can see standing up before climbing the ledge.
Right. So I want to climb the ledge.
Sorry, what was that?
I want to climb the ledge.
Okay, you want to climb the ledge. When you climb the ledge, how much do you weigh?
What does the character sheet say? 251.
The ledge in front of you collapses, and the from your sheer half-orcish weight underneath you, and it just disintegrates, and you fall down onto your feet, or onto your hands, actually. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh. Ow.
That's harsh.
That's harsh.
And this ledge in front of you has become disintegrated so that it's become a 10-foot vertical rise over here on this side. So you have to scale 10 feet.
Alex, I'm gonna need Kitten if we're gonna find out what's on top of here.
It was definitely quite a bunch of noise when you shattered the ledge, but the stream might have still been able to mask most of the noise, if anything.
Well, if I'm assuming I can't actually hear him because the stream is loud and there's rocks falling.
Rocks falling, everybody dies.
Apparently, but I do hear the rocks falling, so I know something is up over there. So I'm just gonna jump over here to figure out what the hell is happening.
You see a collapsed half-orc on his knees.
Ugh. He gets himself up.
Having trouble.
Kind of. It's not exactly built for my size.
So there's nothing above us, right? Other than that, it's a cliff face. Yeah, like
Yep,
a
it's a cliff face now. Yeah, with rubble underneath.
Can we tell how high up it goes?
10 feet.
Yeah, it's just 10 feet. I mean, is there a ceiling?
The cliff is 10 feet, but how high is the ceiling?
The ceiling goes to maybe you could say 25, 30 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so... Well, realistically, even if we know... We can get a look and know what's up there, but we can't really... I don't think we can get everyone up there.
How about I give you a boost and you at least take a look?
Oh, fine. Hopefully I don't get a face full of goblin.
That's why I'm holding you underneath.
Alright, let's have a look then.
Alright. Bull goes and boosts Alex up on his shoulders.
Okay. When you boost Alex onto your shoulders, Alex, you see that in front of you there is a campfire. And around the campfire there are some sleeping goblins and goblins just milling about, doing goblin things. If I could select the mouse.
Oh.
In the next chamber.
Oh, I can see part of it. Okay.
So if you move your token here, you can probably see more.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's essentially where you guys would be standing.
Okay.
So this essentially looks like a den, and if you make a perception, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
While they're looking around, I'm just gonna grab Kieran and we're going to get across with everyone else.
I rolled a 7.
With a 7, just by general calculations, you count at least 3 of them for sure. And those are the ones in the bedrolls.
Okay, I will sort of tap Bulg to put me back down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will relay this information that there are... I only counted 3, but there could be more. It's difficult to see up there, but the ones I saw were sleeping, so it's a sleeping chambers or a den of sorts.
Do they have any more roasted chipmunks?
They had a fire, but I don't know if there was anything on it.
We can take them. We can go ahead and take them by surprise, or perhaps go ahead and sneak by them without any retribution. Your choice.
Well, my concern is if we sneak by them and someone sounds the alarm later, then we have things coming from our side.
Right.
Though killing a sleeping creature is not exactly a good thing to do.
We could sound our own alarm first, and then they won't be sleeping.
Hmm.
True, but then that makes a big mess. How do you want to do this?
Well,
Bell looks down at the mess of rocks on the floor, looks back up at Bolg.
What?
We're good at making messes.
well,
Thanks, I guess?
I only see one of two ways of doing this. Either we sneak by and hope that we don't have to deal with them later, or we just deal with them now. It's not as if they are innocent creatures, but all the same.
Yeah, it's not exactly like we've been dealing with them anyway.
Yes, well,
Sure.
they did shoot at us first.
Yeah.
We could tie them up and stuff them in the poop chute.
Yes, well, in any case,
Alex, let me give you some rope and the pythons. That way you can secure a way for the rest of us to get up without having to be on my shoulders.
I really hope that me digging in the pythons doesn't wake everything up.
We threw rocks all over the floor. I don't know.
We'll find out. Alright, we'll try it. We'll see what happens. So I'll take the rope and the pythons, because I don't actually have any of those. Actually, I have rope, but no pythons.
Well, I'll loan you the
or-
pythons.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I do have rope. Okay, I have rope. So I'll do that, and hopefully not wake everything up, but we'll see.
Okay. So this is a 10-foot ledge. You guys could just boost each other up. Like Bulk, you can just boost each other and climb it yourself.
Well, I can boost them up, but I still need the python for myself.
Not really. It's 10 feet. You can
Okay.
just climb up.
Together, we could probably help you.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll help boost everyone up, and then they help me up on the end, so I don't fall again.
Okay, so everyone that gets boosted up. So Bull, you don't need to do this yet. Everyone make a stealth check when you get to the top.
Oh, jeez.
And this way, you could save your pythons and probably additional noise.
Yeah,
You
save
want me
the
to
python.
roll? For
that's
Kieran.
okay. At the 21, apparently I'm very
Please.
quiet.
All right. Okay.
Kieran gets I'll give Kieran advantage because he's a halfling and he's very stealthy.
Oh,
He's naturally stealthy.
that's good then. Oh yeah, that's very good. Let's see. My stealth is going to be an 18, and Kieran got a 19 on the die with
Kieran
advantage.
got 19. Okay, Kieran's well in the clear. Bulk, you're good. You don't need to. And Alex,
I got a 21.
21. Okay, so the crackling of fire is the only thing that makes noise, and the snoozing and snoring goblins is within the cave. You guys seem to be in the clear and undetected. Volg is the last one that needs to make this ascension.
Here we go.
So
Here's the part where I fuck it up for you guys.
you don't need to make an athletics check. This is simple enough, but you do need to make a stealth check.
That's what I mean. I have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Exactly.
We got this.
Okay, so that's that. Can it go lower? No, it doesn't, thankfully. I got a 10.
10. Okay. Describe what happens.
Okay. As Alex and Mirabelle are trying to help me up, my chainmail scrapes against the rocky walls and dislodges a couple of stones before my body flops onto the land with everyone else.
Okay. You kind of just hold your breath as you make that rock topple over the side of the ledge, and everyone looks at you at that moment of awkwardness. Do a double take, look towards the goblin cave, back to Bolg. Nothing seems to be awakened yet.
Yeah, I just moved my token so everyone else can actually fit up here.
Both sides in relief.
A moment.
I would like to look around this corner and see if they have anything roasting over the fire.
You do not see anything roasting over the fire. However, with your dark vision, you're able to see what looks like another goblin at the top. There's a sort of a ledge here in this room, and it ascends about 10 feet up, and there's a goblin kind of looking like he's yelling, not so much yelling, but harassing two more goblins about their gear, and that looks like they need to polish it or something. And these goblins seem to be like, they acting like that like a submissive goblin would, like, I don't want to be here kind of look, getting yelled at. So you think that goblin, I marked it with a green marker, looks like he's in charge, and he has sort of like a nicer cuirass of chainmail or something.
All right, I will tap Alex on like the forearm and just hold up 3 fingers and point forward, like clearly not in the sleeping one's direction.
3 more. I will communicate this to Bolg that there are 3 more.
But Bolg thinks about it for a moment and then turns to Kieran. I think those 3 could go with another nap, don't you?
He'll look towards you, give you a firm nod, and say, "Right away, sir." And he's going to hop out and strum a chord on his
Ukulele.
Ukulele. I was looking for that word. And why don't all of you guys look? So it's gonna be a first level sleep. That's 5d8. Everyone roll a d8 for me.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't do that good. Damn.
I got an 8!
Oh man, can I ready an action like as he's doing this to blast the hell out of any of them that don't fall asleep?
I got a 4.
You'll be essentially ready as he strums his chord. He'll be waking up the ones that aren't asleep.
Oh, okay.
So you'll be blasting the ones that are waking up. So you can hit those.
All right, I got a 4.
Okay, so 4, 5.
I got a
9.
5 for Kieran's D8.
I rolled it for him. Because I asked you to roll 1d8 each.
Yeah, I rolled a 5. I didn't announce my roll yet until just now.
So we'll take the okay. So that's the 9 plus 14, and Daniel
8.
8. Okay, so that's
Somebody got a full 8.
Wow. Okay, so that's going to be I'm trying to see if it's enough to get all of them. So he'll get like 2 of them. He'll get 2 of them. So he'll get the leader and 1 of his minions.
That's still 4. But it's better than 6.
Yeah.
Significantly better than 6.
Okay.
Alright.
And then, if I can, I would like to try to blast the one that is still standing.
Do we need to re-roll initiative, Jamie?
Yes, please re-roll initiative, and you may blast the first one you see, the closest one to you,
Alright.
Mirabelle, with disadvantage.
Well, I'm going down.
Oh, I actually rolled higher this time. I'm in the double digits now.
Who is rolling Kieran's initiative?
I'll roll his initiative.
Oh, good.
Which is good, because I got a high number for him, so I rolled a 15 for him. So with his natural modifier, that should be an 18.
Kieran's
Roll.
18.
That's not bad for an attack roll with disadvantage. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Yep, that one will hit, and it is to the sleeping goblin.
That is going to do 9 points of force damage.
9 points of force damage. Outright kills the one in his bedroll, snug like a bug in a rug, and dead like a squished bug under a rug.
I tried to do it non-lethally, but it just sort of moved the target from his head to one of the legs, and now both of the legs are just gone.
Okay, So
I look
Alex,
apologetically over at Alex.
so Kieran 18, Alex 13, Bolg 9, and 7 and 7 for Mirabelle and the Goblins. The
Mirabelle, did you
Mirabelle,
re-roll?
no, you don't need to. Mirabelle's gonna go first because the Goblins are snoozing.
Okay.
So Kieran is up first in initiative. He'll retreat back to you guys to find some cover, having expended that spell, and we go to Alex.
All right. So those ones are sleeping. That one is dead. There's one still awake up here. So how high was this? Was this 10 feet?
This is 10 feet. You would not be able to see it without moving into the chamber itself.
Okay. But I know it's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because there's a natural rise here. If you move...
Okay, let me think. I was right there. I'd have to... It would use, like, my entire movement to get over there.
Yep, there's a set of staircases to the left side, the west side of the room.
You know what? I'm just going to have to hope that that guy doesn't have a bow, but he probably does.
I was going to say, why don't you take him out the further one?
Oh, you mean, like, this guy over here?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so I was there. Let me make sure I'm doing my movement right. So that was... If I move there... Yeah, I can make that. So let's just sort of move in pieces. Okay, so we're going to come over here. I assume Bolg is going to deal with the other one.
That's the idea, yes.
And then I'm going to try to deal with this one with...
It's conscious but prone, so you have advantage.
Oh, okay. Alright,
Because
let me
it's
roll
sleeping.
another
It's still in
D20.
it's still in its
that wasn't
sleeping
any
bag.
better. Okay, so that's going to be a modified 20 to broom. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
that's definitely good.
Rip, where
There
did that
it
D8
goes.
go? Oh, come back here. Oh, that's the full 8 points. Alright. So it's going to be 8 plus 3, so 11? 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage kills this goblin outright.
Well then, there's that. So I expended... Like, yeah, it's pretty much my whole movement, because I had to go around the edge. So yeah, I'm just going to stay right there.
Okay, Bolg, you're up.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and move forward. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right here. And I'm going to hammer this... this goblin.
Yep, advantage. It's sleeping prone.
Alright. Alright, that's good. Does a 16 hit?
Yep, 16 actually just barely hits. It's sleeping in its armor, so it's somewhat defended, but you
Okay.
managed to hit it.
I rolled a 5 and a 6. That's going to do 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
You kill this twice over. You kill it now and in the afterlife.
Squish.
Yeah, it's actually perfectly wrapped up too, so it's got no mess. His voice.
His bloodlust is starting to channel out.
Yeah, just the voice echoes, reverberates through the cave. And at that point, Mirabelle's up.
Alright. I am going to... I'm going to... I'm actually going to stick with Kieran. I'm going to just take a step back here so I've got vision all around.
Okay.
And I would like to ready an Eldritch Blast to any goblins that I see.
Make a perception check.
Oh man, that's a modified 20.
Modified 20. Okay, so you do know that there's a goblin still alive at the very top. Did you want to do anything to him, or did you want to just leave it be?
Can I see him?
You can see him. You can just barely see him from where you are, so he has a lot of cover. But if you move into the room, you'll have and get into the room, you'll have a lot more range on him.
Okay. Since I don't see anything immediately coming down that way to chase Kieran, I will step forward into the room and hopefully get some better vision on him. That's 10, 15... if I sort of 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I should have enough movement to get there. Would I have decent line of sight?
You
to
have
get
much
to him?
better line of sight when you're over there, and you can definitely pop off or attempt to a shot. He is still conscious, unaffected by the sleep, but definitely present.
All right, we'll give it a try.
Okay.
That is going to be a 15 to hit,
Just hits, actually.
and that is a massive 1 point of force damage.
1 point of force damage. He kind of just ducks, and like explosive bolt catches like the back of his ponytail or something. This goblin has a ponytail, if you're wondering.
Not anymore.
Oh no, not anymore. Just my hair. Okay. So with that, it is their turn. The one over here, it is going to grab its short bow and it's going to retaliate against you, Mirabelle, trying to fight you because you took off its ponytail. It's going to be a 15, 16 to hit.
Do I get any cover because I'm standing behind Volg?
You get +2 to your AC.
Oh man.
So what is your
Plus
AC now?
2. So that is going to be 16 AC.
So it was, I said 16 as well, so it just hits you, unfortunately.
Damn.
It's going to do to you 7 points of piercing damage as one of the arrows just sails right into you.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
And in that moment, two goblins shuffle behind from the corridor where you had left Kieran, and they're both going to take arrow shots at Kieran.
Oh shit! Goodbye, Kieran.
Goodbye, Kieran.
One of them,
It's been nice.
one of them is an actual critical, and the other one is going to be a 19 to hit.
Wow.
I abandoned him in his time of need, apparently.
He takes 5 points, an additional 8 points, so he takes 13 points of piercing damage from behind.
We are reaching new lows here, boys.
And he gets
Boys
just
and
shot.
girls.
He gets shot up in the back of the air of his back, and he collapses forward onto the ground, and he's just trying to pull himself away at that moment. And it's his turn. He'll kind of just take himself over here, and this is the only cover that he can get far enough from, probably. So he's just gonna hide right here, and he's just gonna hang from the ledge, and use his halfling ability to hide. Alex, you're up.
All right. Did I notice this over here?
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 15.
You do not notice it because Kieran is trying to hide for himself. You are still.
I meant him getting shot up.
Yeah, you don't notice it. Unfortunately, you still have things going on in this room.
Yeah, okay. So I don't notice that, so I can't really try to help him because I don't know. Oh shit! I just did not mean to click that. It's gonna make the stream lag a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna have to just continue what I was doing because I don't know Kieran is about to die. So we're gonna work our way. I don't want to get right in the middle of them. That seems like a terrible idea. We're just gonna sort of step over these guys and just kind of, because they're asleep, we're just gonna circle around to this side of this guy, staying in his zone of control.
Okay.
And now that we're up here, we're gonna pummel this this goblin here.
All right.
Come on, don't fail me. Oh, that's definitely gonna hit. Okay, so that's gonna be a 24.
Yeah, that'll hit for sure.
Alright, so he's getting a broom hit. It's gonna be 6, 7, 8, 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
That'll kill him.
Okay, so he's down. Then I'm going to...
Oh, so by the time you get up here, and you're focused on this goblin, so you don't notice it at first, but in the corner, on the far side of the cubby here, you notice that there's a bound and gagged old man in blue robes.
Oh, well, Cornelius, I'll be right with you.
Your human eyes betray you in the darkness. Just barely making it out.
Okay, so I have my bonus action attack. I'm going to punch this one. That's actually I'm just gonna sort of like he's laying down sleeping, so I'm just gonna kind of bring my foot down on his neck as hard as I can. I'm just gonna say, I'm sorry we have to kill you like this, but at least you won't suffer.
You don't need to
Hopefully.
roll. It instantly dies.
Okay, because I rolled a 19 to hit anyways.
Okay. If they're slept and they have nothing to do, they'll die instantly.
Okay, so that one is gone.
Goody.
That's all I've got though, so I'm spent.
All right. With that, we go to Bolg.
I'm going to go ahead and just walk on over to this goblin here, and he's going to be somewhat repentant as well. Like, this really is too easy, but unfortunately the situation calls for it. So hammer up and smash.
Okay. Just collapses under the weight of the maul. His armor is just absolutely destroyed, and it's just a pile of goblin remains. And that looked like a leader or some sort of a goblin leader, because he had sort of like a necklace and he has better armor than most of the other.
He had a necklace. He had
a
armor.
necklace. He had a nice
Yeah.
bone necklace and like this weird chainmail sized for him and everything, but not anymore. Just with one maul crushed, and he's just gone. Okay. And
One group of well-armored goblins versus one smashy boy.
yep. Mirabelle, you're up.
All right. I am going to sort of pluck the arrow out of my arm and shoulder, and I would like to, with my action, cast Armor of Agathis at level 1.
Does that disappear? Or is that an 8-hour spell?
I think it's
That's a 1 hour.
It's 1 hour.
You cast it? You cast it? Oh wait, no, that was the mage armor, right?
That was
Yes.
mage armor.
Okay, there you go. All
I'm
right.
casting Armor of Agathis. I get 5 temporary hit points, and the next creature that hits me with a melee attack will take 5 points of cold damage.
All right. Absolutely. That's your action.
That is my action,
Okay. Would you like to
and
move?
I would like to move because I'm going to sort of wander back over and see why Kieran hasn't joined us in the room. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. I still don't see anything at 15, so I'm going to pop around over here.
Okay.
and-
When you do so clear as day with your dark vision, you see that there are 2 goblins over here, and just at that moment, you see Kieran just roll over the side of the ledge and hang from it. And you can see that he was bleeding. A trail is just following him, and he's like, "Oh dear me!"
Oh golly
just roll
gee.
Oh my god!
Then I would like to call out to Alex. Alex, we have another arrow situation.
Oh dear.
And then I will... I'm just going to sort of fall back a step and take cover behind this so I don't end up with another arrow situation.
Okay, you step back a bit, and the goblins charge into the room, and right here, they will start shooting at the first target that they see, which would be Mirabelle. So they are going to make 2 attacks against you and pulling their short bows, drawing them back. The first one is going to be a 14. The second one is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yeah, both of those hit unless I have some small amount of cover from this wall.
They are completely close enough to you that you actually unfortunately don't have cover.
Yeah, this is going to hurt.
Goodbye,
Okay,
Mirabelle.
You take 11 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I am still up. I
There
don't
you
look
go.
very good, but I am
Okay.
still up.
Each arrow just hits you and shatters against your mage armor, but you still feel the kinetic energy transferred by these short bows. And at that point, these goblins are going to jump off the ledge here
Oh,
and
jeez.
awkwardly find Kieran hanging from the ledge. They see that all hope is lost because everyone in this room is dead, and they'll try to flee. But not before finding Kieran awkwardly hanging, but they can't do anything about it because they are taken by surprise by that. With that, Alex, you are up.
Is it not Kieran's turn again?
Oh, sorry, it's Kieran's turn. Kieran will take what energy he has and he'll just roll onto the ledge and just pull himself against this corner and hide.
Does he not have healing spells?
He doesn't have any
does.
spell slots, I don't think.
but he doesn't have spells. No, he has. I think he has one spell slot. He has one spell slot, but he'll hide. I think that's what he would do right now.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to just sort of like jump off of this. Because it says the 10-foot ledge, so I can just jump off of this just fine. I'm going to jump off of this, and I saw arrows coming in very clearly from this way, so I'm going to go see what the hell just happened. So I'm going to jump down here. I'm going to walk out here. I don't see anything, going to keep moving. Do you
have your torch in hand?
I do have my torch in hand.
With your torch in hand, if you were to look down, you'd see the goblins trying to scurry and run off.
Okay, so... are they already down there? Like off the wall?
They're already down there. Yep, they're on the ground. 10 feet below you.
Okay. So I'm going to... I don't necessarily know that they're retreating. All I know is that they're falling back. They could be falling back to more goblins by the bridge, so... I'm going to... Let's see, how much movement have I used? I was up here, like 15, and so, like 25. Okay, so I'm going to... This is going to suck, because I'm not really going to have a good way to come back up, but... I'm going to jump down here, because we're going to go deal with this problem. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, wait, there we go.
Okay, if you're going to just straight up jump down, you will take some damage.
Is it really that? I jumped off of this ledge, and it was the same height, right?
That one's a little bit more sloped. You can just slide down it. This one's a vertical jump, and each 10 feet you'll fall, you'll take some bludgeoning damage. Actually, give me an acrobatics check, if you want to.
Oh, God, acrobatics. Do I have that?
Didn't she try to land on the goblin?
It's an 18 for acrobatics.
Okay, you land safe and sound.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to deal with this. So I'm gonna hit one of these guys. I'm gonna hit this guy with a torch because it's in my hand because I said I was holding it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna hit him with a torch. It's gonna be an improvised weapon attack. 21.
Yep, that definitely will
So
hit.
he's gonna get hit with a torch. Oh, it's the full 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7 points of. I don't even know what this would be.
It would be bludgeoning damage. So 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you add an additional 1 point of fire damage, which just sets the goblin on fire, and he actually collapses to the ground from that torch blow to the head.
Torch. All right, we're gonna hit the other one with a kick because I have to use an unarmed attack. That's a nat 20.
Show those goblins who's boss.
Apparently, I'm really good at kicking people. Every time I kick, I get a nat 20. I should kick more often.
This goblin, as you hit his friend, he is in the corner, and he's just panicking with his short bow, like, pressed up against him. He's just, no!
4, 5, 6, 7 points of kick. So 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, he too... Well, how do you kill it? It dies.
Just kind of like kicking it into the wall, and there's like a small jagged piece of the rock that its head just sort of impales on, and it crying like no right as the blow lands. She is kind of sad about that because it now she knows that it may have been retreating, but as far as she knew, it was falling back to regroup. So,
ladies and gentlemen, the monks of Ilmater and their brutality.
Yep.
Yeah, clearly I should have just picked a god of war, because I'm not good at playing a penitent character.
So, at this moment, it seems like you guys are out of initiative, and all the threats around you neutralized.
Now I'm down here, so Bulk's going to have to come get me again.
You can try to scale the cliff, the ledge up yourself, too, with a successful athletics check, but obviously Bulk can just help you out.
I have a negative strength mod.
Well, first I need to go rescue our dear Professor Cornelius.
Yep.
Right, that might be a thing to do.
So after thoroughly making 2 goblin pancakes, I go ahead and I see Professor Cornelius with my dark vision in the corner, and I help untie him.
You help untie him, you unbound his gag, and he says, "It is such a wonderful sight to see you. Would you help an old man up?"
Of course, Professor. Let's get you up and out of here.
And we'll take our break there.
Okay,
Awesome.
all right.
Goblin blood just running down the wall when where Alex just kicked it in.
Yeah. All right, 5-minute break. We shall be back promptly. See you guys soon.
I'm good when you guys are, so anytime.
All right, we're going back live.
All right.
All right, we're good.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. So let us continue. Bolg, you had just found Cornelius and unbound and ungagged him, helped him up to his feet. Kieran is tucked away in a cubby, trying to lick his wounds because he is very close to being unconscious from the pelting of goblin arrows. And Alex has just cleaned up the remainder of the goblins that were attempting to depart and flee. Mirabelle, you had just been hit by 2 arrows, but they had shattered upon your armor and protected you from lethal damage. What do you guys do at this point? Just remember, we're out of initiative at this point, so you don't need to act in any particular order.
I would like to grab Kieran and just sort of help him, and we'll both hobble into the room and just sort of hang out by
Okay. All right.
the campfire, I guess, because that's kind of the closest thing.
Yeah, the campfire provides a brilliance of light, but also sort of this gentle radiance. And it kind of just provides this, like a moment of getting away from all that's happened, especially Kieran. What about you, Alex and Bolg?
I'm stuck
Bolg
down
is going
here
to
currently.
Bolg is going to go escort Cornelius to the other 2, and then ask, "Where'd Alex go?"
Bill just sort of points back towards the cliff.
Let me go help her. Pardon me, Cornelius.
He'll take a seat and he'll almost sit on a goblin bedroll with a goblin in it. It's like, oh my.
I might be a bit stuck.
I can see that. Here, let me help you up.
Oh, Cornelius. I found your spectacles, but I found them with my foot. They're mostly still working. And I will dig around in my bag looking for them.
When he looks towards you, I hope it was not your head in the clouds again.
No. It was in the forest. And I will reach into the bag and produce the broken spectacles and hand them to Cornelius.
One thing I am glad to see is you. These spectacles can be replaced, but I am glad you are here and okay.
Yes, well, thank you, Bolg. I don't feel particularly enthusiastic about this, but I don't see much other choice with fighting our way through here. We're gonna go see what's going on in here.
Cornelius, were you escorted here with the dwarf?
The phrasing of that, you know that Gundren was with Cornelius. So
You know where they took Gundren?
So he says to you,
They have kidnapped Gundren. There is a bugbear by the name of King Groll, who has sent orders to waylay Gundren for his map to Wave Echo Cave.
I didn't know bugbears could read.
Perhaps they can't. There may be something more sinister than that afoot. It seems entirely too organized for goblin kind.
Cornelius says,
I had overheard them mentioning something or someone by the name of a black spider. Some sort of powerful wizard or something. I believe and fear that he has interest in this cave.
I see.
Well, the question is Gundren still in this cave, or did they take him with the map?
I believe he was taken to a place called Cragma Castle. I do not know its whereabouts, but I understand that it's somewhere to the north.
Maybe one of the townspeople will know.
Oh, have any of us heard of this Cragmaw Castle?
You may make a history check, a lore check, but it's a fairly difficult one. It's quite difficult.
We'll give it a shot.
Just for the record, you must be proficient in history to do this.
I'll try
Sure?
it. I'm proficient.
I am proficient, but I got a massive 8, so I'm pretty
Oh, wait,
much
no, I'm
just
not
happy to see Cornelius.
I'm not proficient. Never mind.
Okay,
I'm not
so
either.
this with an 8, you speculate that's probably a place within the Neverwinter Woods, which is certainly indeed north of here, as Cornelius has overheard from his captors. But you don't know where it is. But as Alex had mentioned, probably the townspeople who are much more familiar with the land are likelier to know.
Okie dokie.
And Cornelius at this point says to himself, kind of underneath his breath, he says to himself, and you guys would be able to hear this because it's very quiet at this point, isolated from the sounds of the stream some distance away as well. He claims, he says to himself, muttering,
It was foolish of me to travel ahead. I simply wish to learn of Iarno's whereabouts.
just muttering underneath his breath. But Mirabelle, you would know Iarno, specifically Iarno Albrecht, is an instructor at the college.
How do I spell that?
Iarno Albrek. Iarno Albrecht. And you would know that he just because he hasn't been in the faculty for a couple of months. He had left Neverwinter, coming to Phandelver to establish control, to kind of just prepare for the reopening of Wave Echo Cave and the finding of this Forge of Spells. But you or nor Cornelius would have heard from him in a while, and this is the first time Cornelius has actually properly brought it up, or well, it not so much properly, but just under his breath, and you caught wind of it just now.
I bet he's out of biscuits by now. They ate all of yours, too, the goblins, maybe. Or maybe it was chipmunks.
He says,
Iarno has gone missing for a couple of months. He was a wizard at the faculty and was sent to establish order and control. That is why I wished to get to Phandelver as soon as I could. But unfortunately, it seemed to be a mistake, and I am quite thankful that you had arrived when you did.
Yes.
I
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, please.
I was gonna say, well, Phandelver seems to be a bit lawless at the moment, so something tells me he may have never gotten there at all.
I fear that there are still things that may stop us from entering Phandelver. For you see, there is a bugbear within this cave. He is the one that oversees the goblin over there.
And he points to this goblin that Bolg had squished underneath the armor and all.
That was his lieutenant. The bugbear here is named Clark, and he may have information to divulge of Iarno's presence.
See.
I'm not sure if we're particularly equipped to take on much more than we already have. We have several wounded.
Oh, that's right. Belle just sort of looks down at the arrow wound.
I do have some. I'm pretty sure I have a healing potion of some sort. Where was it? Oh yeah, I have 2 healing potions if we have to use that. And I think Kieran has a heal for himself, at least one.
Cornelius says,
I would wish to meet this bugbear face to face. He has taken my items that I would require to continue my research, especially my sword and staff.
Well, okay, out of character. How do we want to handle this? Do we want to just heal up with what we have and try to move, or do we want to try to short and hold the cave?
I think a short rest would be the best way to do it.
I think a short rest would be the best. And then we have the healing potions for emergencies.
Yes.
And then moving back into character, Bella's going to start digging through her bag, and she's going to take a ration out of her bag and hand it to Cornelius, because he's probably hungry by now.
yeah, he'll take your ration. And if you guys wish to enjoy a short rest, you may go ahead and spend up your hit dice.
Okay.
Yes.
I get.
Assuming nothing attacks you.
Yeah, I'm going to. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the short, right? But I'm gonna do it kind of over here, and in the event something occurs, if if doing so foregoes my short, that's fine, because I am good on health anyways. But if not, like, I'm just gonna. If something happens, I'm gonna be the one that gets it.
First contact.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You stand by the intersection where the goblins had come from, watching, anticipating, but also taking a moment to breathe, relax, meditate, what have you. So you guys, about an hour into it, you complete your short rest, so you can definitely spend your hit dice and add that back.
Does Kieran have
that
Song
helps.
of Does Kieran have Song of Rest yet?
I think that's that's later on, no?
Either that's second or third level. I think that's second.
I'll
Second
look.
level. Yeah, second level. He's got Song of Rest.
Does he have it marked down?
How does it?
I think he gets it no matter what, so
Yeah.
I'll just assume he has it.
All bards
he-
get that at level 2. So anytime you spend a hit die in a short rest, you can add an extra 1d6 hit points just for that short rest, just one.
Okay.
Let's see. Racial class features.
Let's see.
That's good. That brings me up to full anyway. It's very useful.
Yep. Okay, so we got that.
So Alex, you can take a short rest as well.
Alright. I get a key point back, which is cool. Okay. So,
All right, so it's an extra 1d6 for anyone that's not aware.
yeah, it's just, but you only get one. It's not one per hit die, it's one per rest.
One.
Yep.
Just one.
Yeah.
But hey, it's free hit points, so. Okay,
Cool.
so now that we got that done,
Yeah.
oh, Cornelius, you should definitely stay in the back if we're going to do this. Sorry, yawning. Ooh, excuse me. If we're going to do this, because we went to all this trouble to rescue you, I'd hate to see you filled full of arrows.
He says,
I won't argue with you. I will stay where I will not be an inconvenience to you.
Well, Bolg, what do you say we take the bridge?
Yes, we can try that next.
I'm going to... I kind of want to split up these healing potions. I have 2, so who should I give one to? Should I give one to Bolg because he probably has the most health, or give one to Mirabelle because Mirabelle is not in the melee all the time?
Well, that or give one to Kieran.
Either way, whoever wants one, I do want to split these up so they're not on the one person that gets knocked unconscious. That wouldn't be good. So, Mirabelle wants it. I'll give it to Mirabelle, I guess. So I only have 1 healing potion. I gave one to Mirabelle. Okay.
Mirabelle will ask when you give it to her, does this one taste like kittens too?
That's kind of horrifying.
Yeah, that kind of is.
I don't want to know why you would know that.
Oh, kittens. And I will prestidigitation the smell of like a nice, fuzzy, tiny kitten.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, I don't want to know why you would think a potion tastes like a kitten, or how you would know what a kitten tastes like in the first place.
It tastes like how it smells. You've never tasted kittens.
No.
No.
That's sad.
Anyways, let's, the longer we wait, the more likely they are to send someone this way and notice the collection of corpses.
Yes, we should get going.
Roll 20, please. There we go. Oh, alright. Spock, thank you for the follow. While we sort out how we're going to approach this. So what do you think, Bolg? Should we just rush the bridge or proceed slowly?
Well, no one's come for the past hour or so. I guess we can proceed cautiously without any worry.
Alright, let's kinda... Oh, I'm stuck again. That dynamic lighting, though.
Oh, while we're all moving through here, I want to just sort of stand at the top of this and have a look down and see if I see anything or if there's any changes besides the corpses.
Probably like a just last goblin body twitch just against the wall or something, and then nothing though.
Alright, I want to keep moving until I can get some sort of vision around the corner here. There we go.
Okay. So your torch has expired by now, but you can obviously light another one.
Yeah, I can just use another one. I've got plenty of torches.
Okay. Torch goes up in flame, and you are able to see once more, and you come across that very narrow 5-foot rickety bridge. You notice that when you look at the bridge, it actually is, to probably like monastery standards, an extreme health hazard. Because it's got no railings or of any sort. This is definitely not up to spec.
So what you're saying is this bridge is a very blatant OSHA violation.
Exactly.
Yes.
No church would ever accept this.
Okay, so... Oh, now I can see it better. Alright. Well, Bolg, it's just, it's rickety. I'm not sure if it'll hold our weight, because it's probably made to goblin spec.
So Kieran can go first.
I was going to say exactly that.
Somehow, I don't think risking Kieran for that is really worth it. He's
Well,
already
I'm
gotten
not-
shot up once.
Well, I'm not the best candidate to step forward. The last time I tried to apply my weight to something, I fell too.
I can have a look. I will move forward. I'll actually move forward to like right at the edge of the bridge, and I want to just have a look around to see if I see anything. And
Okay, yeah, make a perception check at that point.
Oh boy.
oh yeah, here we go.
The perception checks.
Got a 5.
Anything that's audible would be just drowned out by this whoosh of the stream. There seems to be deeper into the cave what sounds like a waterfall. Water just hitting like a pool or some sort of larger body of water and then draining into the small stream. There's quite a draft of air that shakes this bridge a bit, so it kind of just wobbles side to side a little bit. And obviously, without railings, this seems obviously to you a very, very great liability to cross. But you definitely don't see anything as far as you can tell. Just the smell of cavern air.
How far of a drop is it from where I am to, say, the water? Because I assume that's the first thing below me.
It's about, when you look down, it's about 20 feet. You think that if you splash into the water, it probably hurt less than the stone ledge that's underneath the bridge with the stairs as well that ascend up. This stream is ascending up slightly gradually.
Perhaps we should just go around and walk under the bridge, because even if we get one of us across, we'll never get Bolg across.
Well, maybe if we use a rope. How does the integrity of the bridge look? Does it look like rotted at all or moldy?
You can make an investigation check.
Oh,
I
boy.
shall make an investigation check. It's my modifier for that. Okay, +5, so that's going to be a 13.
This bridge looks perfectly new. You think whatever happened to the old bridge was probably replaced, and they still haven't added the railings to the sides yet.
At least the bridge is fairly new. Since it's so wet, I thought it'd be all moldy and gross.
Yes, but how much weight will it hold?
Let's find out, and I will start walking across the bridge
Oh boy.
slowly and carefully.
Okay, when you start crossing the bridge shakes and shimmies left to right, kind of just bearing your weight, but nothing happens so far. Do you want to continue across?
Since I probably have a better line of sight on things through here, I just want to make sure there aren't any more alive things before proceeding.
Absolutely. So from where you're standing, you see that there across the bridge is a narrow corridor that turns and slightly bends to the left, and you don't see anything else there. Underneath of you is the staircase that follows the stream, and it continues upwards. But it curves to the right from your perspective if you were at the start of the entrance of the cave. So you don't see anything at the moment, and everything is being drowned out by like a large water falling noise, just the flushing of water.
Oh, I'll have an idea. Here you go, Alex, and I will hand you one end of my 50 foot of rope,
Oh. Okay.
just in case bad things happen. So I will
So
then...
you can drag me off the cliff too, because I have 8 strength.
It'll be fine with my 7 strength. All right, so I will continue forward slowly on the bridge, sort of letting a bit of rope go. So
Okay. So you manage to make it across the bridge, shakes it a little bit, and the planks of wood are fairly moist from the splashback of the stream underneath of you, but you manage to make it across, no problem.
all right, I have made it across the bridge.
And you find yourself in a narrow corridor of stone. And as far as your dark vision allows you to see, it starts to expand into another chamber where it gets fairly louder as the sound of falling water magnifies through this corridor.
All right, I will take like just one step, sort of leaning back over the bridge so that Alex is in range of thought speaking, and I will tell Alex in her brain that the cavern opens up a bit.
Alex is a bit taken aback by this because I've never seen this before. This is new and kind of creepy.
Noticing your reaction to this, she's going to say in your brain, well, you don't expect me to shout over that, and I will point towards waterfall noise direction.
I'm gonna call back to Bolg and make sure they're okay back there because they haven't come up here so far.
Yeah, they're okay. They're just not like being able to move as quickly because the key was not working.
And even if we do get across the bridge, how are we gonna get Cornelius across the bridge?
Hmm.
Yes, perhaps we should have just went around the bridge. Though there may be more things that way. Hard to tell.
Well, if you want to go around, I could stay up here and keep an eye on things.
What do you think, Bolg? I don't see us all getting across the bridge safely, especially with Cornelius.
Well, I suppose we had better take the other way then.
Yes, well... I'm not particularly comfortable leaving Mirabel here, because if something happens, we may be very far away. But
Yeah.
going across the bridge is also dangerous.
Kieran pipes up and he says, I could go across the bridge and stay with her.
We're breaking the first rule of D&D right now. Don't leave the party.
What's the first rule of D&D? What is D&D? Must be a game you crazy kids play.
Anyway, so I guess we'll just try to go around if we're doing that.
So you guys are okay with Kieran crossing and staying with Mirabel so that they're at least together?
Yeah.
I've got the other end of Mirabel's rope if Bolg wants to like hold that while Kieran crosses.
Yeah,
Yep.
Bulk will take care of that.
Absolutely. And Kieran being a halfling, he is almost like so light that he is unaffected by the shimmying of the bridge, and he just crosses easily, but he is completely engulfed by darkness as he's not using light because he doesn't want to give anything away at this point. And Alex was the only one that lit a torch since.
It's because I'm blind.
Oh golly gee, it's really dark around here.
It's not too dark.
Anyways, let's.
I will hold Kieran's hand.
Isaac would approve of that.
It's like we know what he wants.
I'll have to clip that part for him. Okay, so, let's see. Okay, so let's just quickly make our way around then, if that's
Just-
what we're doing.
I'll just move your tokens over to right underneath.
Yeah, because
There you go.
we can't because walls.
And I will just sort of recoil my rope and put that away after Bolg sort of lets it go as we split up and come
Yep.
back.
Yes.
Yep. So within that time, you collect your rope and Bolg. I assume you're gonna, with your dark vision and Alex behind and Cornelius kind of in the middle, so you can watch him in case he falls or anything.
Yes.
You guys are underneath 20 feet, directly under the bridge, and you can see the light from Alex's torch shine upwards, Mirabel. How do you guys proceed at this point?
Now we're gonna have to get back up there.
Well, I don't know if we want to leave them up there or if we want to get them down here.
Bulk is gonna turn around the corner, see if there's anything more on his ledge.
Okay, so you continue down up the ledge, keeping in mind that it is consistently increasing and going upwards until you come to where you stand, and there's a set of stairs in this very narrow, probably like 4-foot corridor, not built for a half orc at all.
Bulk is gonna return back and says, "There's stairs there, but I'm pretty sure you guys should try it first before I do."
So are we not getting Mirabel down from there first? Are we just hoping that this connects when we go around?
I think
I'd get
it
Kieran
looks
down first.
it looks like it connects.
You with your make an insight check.
Insight check.
Who? Who?
You're the only one that went far enough to decipher anything.
13.
Discern anything. 13, okay. So with that, you think that it definitely does connect because the elevation is steadily increases to the height of the bridge when it crosses. So you think it leads to probably at some point a larger chamber.
Yeah, it should lead back up there, no problem.
Well,
Oh, Alex, don't forget the plan.
oh good grief. Yes, well, not sure
What?
how much that's going to work. We can try.
What plan?
Don't worry, you'll see.
It's unfortunate for that plan that I don't have proficiency in the skills necessary, but we'll see.
No, I got this covered.
Anyways, so we're gonna. I guess I'll try to see what he's talking about with this, and I'm far more obvious because I have a torch.
Yep. So you walk up, you see a set of stairs, and to your left, where the stream is, you see that there's a stone dam stacked by rocks, and it seems to be holding up and barring water from draining efficiently. So rather it being like a larger stream, it's been dwindled down to the point where you can walk on the sides of the ledge and stuff. And the set of stairs in front of you ascends to what is obviously a larger chamber, full rock, stalactites and stalagmites around the sides hanging about.
Okay. Well, it's a larger chamber up there. It may connect with where Mirabelle is, but they'll have to proceed down their hallway to see if they can find us on the other side.
That they would.
Well, let's get a move on if that's what we're doing.
Okay. And I will sort of quietly squeeze by Kieran and hug the wall here, bringing him with me.
Okay. So, Mirabelle, as you look around the corner into this chamber, you can just move your token a little bit forward so you can see more. You would notice that there are 3 goblins, all drawn towards the direction of the flickering torch held by Alex. They have no sight of you, and the noise from the water falling into the pool and cavern is just so loud that they can't hear you. But they're intrigued into why there is light glowing from the stream. Something that you've noticed for sure is that none of the goblins use light aside from campfires that are static. So their interests have been piqued and drawn away from you.
Do I see them, or is the slope too
You
high?
you do not see them. They are not showing themselves to you. They are just like moseying about. They don't seem like they're scared or threatened in any way. They don't know what's going on. It seems from this. I'm talking from Mirabelle's perspective. But they're just interested in why is there light going on over there. Should we leave our post? Kind of look, asking each other stuff.
I will squeeze back by Kieran and sort of bring him back with me and hopefully catch sight of someone up here. I can see Bolg from over here, right?
Yeah, you can definitely see him.
Then I will mind speak at him that there are 3 goblins at the top of the stairs.
A voice sounding a lot like Mirabelle's, but a lot more echoey and airy, appears in your head, Bolg. Magic.
Yes, clearly. Bolt goes ahead and pulls Alex back quickly and gives her and tells her to put out her torch.
Make a strength save, Alex.
Strength save. This is gonna be good. Strength save. Actually, let's.
What is your strength score?
I think it's 17.
That is a DC.
I got a 4.
You fumble the torch and it drops into the water.
Well. Well, but now I can't see.
And it's pitch dark.
Get behind me. And he steps forward and he just watches the goblins, or he waits to see if anyone comes out and tries to see him.
How long would you like to wait?
No more than 2-3 minutes with his warhammer ready.
Okay, within the next 30 seconds, a lone goblin starts to waddle over, and he starts to go down the stairs. What do you do?
I wait for him to come out to. If he comes out to hammering, does he see me first off?
Make
Would
a
he see me?
stealth check.
Oh shit.
I wasn't going to ask, but you asked.
Yes, I did ask.
Meanwhile, Bell is just goading Alex to go
12.
and do the plan.
Okay, the goblin sees nothing, and he wanders into a sturdy built house.
Smash him!
All right.
Smash him!
All right. Make an attack roll with advantage.
Thank you.
I gotta go reread Mirabel's plan now.
Let's see. That's plus my attack modifier, so that will be a 17 to hit.
17 to hit. Yep, absolutely cleaves this goblin.
Time to roll damage. And oh wow, that's another 6 and a 5.
6
So
and a 5. Okay, that
does 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
How do you kill this blind, oblivious goblin? Just walks into your mall.
Goblin walks into a mall. That's the joke.
That's the
Because-
joke.
And that's the joke as he's immediately smushed, almost accordion style, into the ground like an aluminum can.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The only thing that's heard is a small yelp and a sickening crunch of bone as he just.
And the thing is that nothing seems to be alerted because the sound of the waterfall is just too powerful.
Yeah.
And you yell, yeah, no one hears it.
No. No, that's a mental yeah. That's a mental yeah.
Immediate sunglasses.
Okay. How do you guys wish to proceed? You guys seem to have taken out one of the goblins described by Mirabelle.
You wait.
You wait.
I don't know about them and I can't see them. Because it's
You
pitch
heard the
black.
crunch,
Oh.
maybe?
Oh yeah, Bulk is going to turn back to Alex and sort of gesture to the goblin puddle. Goblins.
I can't see any of it because it's pitch black in here and I'm human.
Oh right.
I literally can see nothing. It is pitch black.
Just trust me when I will tell you when it's okay to light the torch again. As he immediately returns to looking very intently, waiting with his maul.
Mirabelle, what is your passive perception?
Another 2 minutes pass before he gives the all clear.
Okay. Mirabelle, what's your passive perception?
11.
Okay. Another goblin comes towards you, Bulg, and he just stumbles into you again.
Let's attack roll again.
You have advantage once more.
This is like whack-a-mole over here.
You know what? I didn't want to make the whack-a-mole joke. It's literally whack-a-mole. Modify 20.
Modify 20 hits.
Okay, that's a 5 and a 5 plus 3 is 13.
Absolutely just knocked off. Squished. However, Mirabelle, you're looking towards Bulg and you're whispering to him messages and you're preparing and anticipating that there are more goblins that are just going to stumble towards him as he's just doing his handiwork. However, you don't realize that a goblin snuck up behind Kieran, and because Kieran cannot see anything, he just gets a shiv to the side of his back.
Yes, we're gonna hold his hand and watch him die.
And you can just feel his grasp tighten. However, the goblin only gets a 4 and misses, and he just stabs the side of the wall, as Kieran is quite lucky.
Oh man.
At that point, you sense something as Kieran tightens his grip on your hand, and you can feel a squeeze, and he tries to duck and weave underneath of you and go behind you on the rickety bridge. At this point, roll initiative.
Oh, boy. Oh, hey, there's a good initiative roll. Holy shit.
Oh, not bad. Do you want me to roll for Kieran?
Yeah, please.
Better than the last one.
I can't do anything with it, though. I can't see.
You can complain about not seeing.
Well, Bulk will tell you now you should probably. Bulk will probably say screw the stealth at this point.
The jig is up.
Kieran.
Okay.
Kieran got
Jig is
a
up.
9.
9, that's plus 3, so it's 12. So Kieran, 12, Alex, 21, Mirabelle, 13, Bulg, 11, and Goblin, sub 10.
Sub 10.
Sub
Okay.
10.
With that, Alex, you are completely blind, and you are kind of just in between Bolg and Cornelia, just bumbling around, waiting for something to happen.
I'm gonna have to burn another torch so I can actually see.
All right, you light up another torch.
That, as my action, I light a torch so that I may
And-
see what the hell's going on.
Now you see that there are two smushed goblins in front of you, underneath the mall of Bolg.
And then, let's see. I'm gonna go... I can go pretty far, but I don't want to really go that far. I just want to get, like, up here so I can get vision.
Okay, with the torch in hand, you see that there are two large pools of water with a waterfall coming from the far end, just draining into these pools, and the dam seems to be blocking the water flow. In front of you, with what you see that there is a large archway. Your torch kind of just allows you to see the bare bones of this archway, but it's a wide archway with a set of stairs that ascend up 5 feet, and it leads to what looks like another cavern chamber.
Well, let's see, with the rest of my movement, I used about 20, 25, so that's going to be 30, 35, 40. I'm just going to kind of walk along this because I don't know that door is there, but I want to just kind of walk along the wall here until I'm trying to figure out how this connects, basically.
Okay, at that point, with your torch, you are able to see that there is a goblin and Mirabelle in a standoff right now. He has a small short sword in his hand, and it seems like he's going for blood.
I'm going to throw one of those pebbles at it.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Oh shit, I rolled really bad. 12?
12 does not hit as it just goes over the goblin's short of stature. You aim high, and it flies towards Mirabelle. Make a dex save. This is a single corridor,
Oh man.
so it's probably going to hit something along the way.
Damn.
No, I've apparently got cat-like reflexes today. That's nat 20.
You
So that brings
succeed,
it to
and
21.
it goes past you and over Kieran's head, and it clatters against the other side of the bridge.
Alright, that's
Okay,
the end
with
of my
that-
turn.
Mirabelle, you are up. The goblin in front of you looks like it is vicious with a short sword in its hand. It looks like it's going to attack you. What do you do?
I will use my bonus action to cast Hex on this thing, and I will Hex his strength stat.
Okay.
And then I will use my full action to cast Eldritch Blast at him down the hallway. And hopefully not hit Alex back. Oh man, nat 20. Yay!
Wow.
It makes up for that really, savage ass beating I picked up earlier.
Yep.
Let's see.
So,
Double all of the
2d10,
dice.
And then 2d6.
Yep.
Necrotic and force. Amazing.
Oh man, here it is. Let's see. 14 points of force damage and 7 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. You got to describe to me what happens.
Oh Jesus.
So, seeing that this goblin has tried to backstab Kieran while he was under my protection, I'm just going to reach out and grab a fistful of the weave and just sort of rip it down around this goblin, and it's just going to kind of get diced into tiny chunks and fall to the floor like mincemeat.
A patch of the arcane weave just tears itself, like just this cloth bundle in your hand, and you throw it at this goblin, and he explodes before necrotizing and turning into like skeletal remains. All right, it is dead. It's completely dead at that point. What do you guys do? You don't see any more goblins because you can see Alex, and Alex can see you, and Alex has a torch, and the area that this pool chamber is lit up, so you don't see any more hiding goblins around this area. We can continue initiative if you guys want, but we can drop out for a moment if you prefer.
Nah, I think we should continue initiative. We already got it going.
Okay.
Alright, then, kind of going outside rules here, I would like to move forward with Kieran just to meet up with Alex.
Absolutely.
As far as this.
Absolutely.
25, yeah, I'll move to 25.
Okay, Bulg.
Have Cornelius go up the stairs first, and then I'll follow him.
All right.
Or actually, I'll escort him up there because he can't see either.
Yep. You may just move the token for me, please.
Yeah.
And that would be the goblin's turn, but the goblin's dead. Alex.
Did we lose Cornelius? Where'd he
Yes,
go?
like I
He's
couldn't
under a
drag
goblin.
I couldn't drag him because I moved out of the darkness.
Oops.
You can if you just so for future reference, if you take your mouse and you like do the square drag over the selected area of tokens, you can move a bunch of tokens at a time.
Okay.
Okay, so well, there's an archway over there, but I can't really see what's within.
We could see if they want to come to us.
I just want to try to get.
It worked pretty well the last time.
I'm just trying to get a look at if this is a door. It looks like it's a door.
It's a stone archway. It's a natural stone archway, arcs to the top like a rounded crescent, and there's a set of stone stairs chiseled from the cavern floor that ascends 5 feet up, and within it you can see that there is what looks like fire and lighting within the inside of the cave. You think that this is probably another dwelling that belongs to the goblins.
Oh, sorry, guys. 1 second.
Okay, we'll come back to him when he's back, Mirabelle.
Sorry, somebody was talking to me. Hopefully that didn't come across on stream. So, what I'm trying to do here is I'm kind of wondering if, well, okay. So I'm gonna step back here for a second because I want to discuss this. So, if the bugbear is in there, like I could try to lure it out, but I'm afraid there may be another exit in there, and it may flee. And if it has this information that Cornelius seeks, then we shouldn't let it escape.
It's a tough call.
And me going any closer to the door or the archway will definitely alert them.
I could give it a try.
Well, just be careful. I don't know what... I didn't see any creatures in there, but that doesn't mean that there aren't.
Okay, here, hold this. And I will sort of have Kieran along and then give you Kieran's hand to hold. And then I would like to, like, sneakily move forward, like, along the wall and just peer around the corner.
Okay. At that point, make a stealth check.
All right. Ooh, not bad. That's going to be a 16.
Okay. You sneak about the edge of the wall to the archway, and you start to creep up the stairs to gain insight on what's happening inside. How far do you want to go?
I just sort of want to peek my head around, just like barely, so I could barely see what all is in here.
Okay. So inside, you see an assortment of sacks, crates, and items of that look like to be looted provisions, and they are piled up to the south end of this large cave chamber. To the west, the floor slopes towards a narrow opening that descends into darkness, and a larger opening leads to the north to a natural set of stone steps that you're sitting on right now. And there's a roar of water that echoes from behind you. In the cave, in the cave chamber itself, there is in the center a very large bonfire with coals of that are just smoldering, and to one side of the cave that seems to be ordering two goblins who are taking these buckets of what look like goblinoid fecal matter and just dumping it down that chute that you guys had seen earlier. He's giving orders to them and something about it being filthy and that you guys are never keeping it clean or something. He also has, this bugbear also has a large wolf at his side that he's just stroking its hair, its fur, while he's doing this. he does not seem to notice anything that's transpired within his cave yet.
I will inform Alex about what I see.
And I will then share this information with Bolg
Hmm.
about what kind of numbers we're looking at in here.
Well, that certainly goes and sets a situation for us.
Yes.
Can I use my bonus action right now to move my hex onto one of these creatures, or would that, like, alert them to our presence?
It would alert them to your presence.
Okay,
You
I
would
will,
know that you're hexed.
I will hold off on that then.
Okay.
Well, Bolg, how do you want to handle this? Somehow I don't think we're going to get much more than a very small amount of surprise, if any.
Perhaps the best thing that I would say to do in this situation would be to have Mirabelle attack the wolf with a spell. If the bugbear is protective of this wolf, he might think that someone else is doing it instead of us. That's the only thing I can think of. If we attack the goblins first, and they're not going to be doing too much. But at least if we attack his pet, it will put him off kilter.
Maybe I should take care of the goblins and you can go directly for the bugbear if Mirabelle can handle the wolf.
Sounds like a plan. I don't think we'll be able to pull that sleep stunt we did with the other goblins anyway.
No, probably not. But I should be able to handle them.
Okay.
So I will. I guess I'll. Can I? I guess I can relay that to Mirabelle, right?
You'd have to be right beside her. The loud roar of the water falling is kind of just it's obstructing any sort of noise. Like the only reason that you guys seem to be communicating is that you're standing within 5 feet of each other.
Oh, no,
So
I
you're
meant
just talking to
Mirabelle
each
was
other.
talking to me with like mind powers.
That's
Yeah.
one way.
Okay.
But I am currently, like, looking between the inside of this room and back at you guys, so you could, like, wave me over if you needed to.
Okay, I'm just gonna wave you over to tell you what we're planning here.
Yeah.
All right. I will go back and join the discussion.
Yes, well, Mirabelle, if you can handle the wolf, I'll try to deal with the goblins, and Bolg will engage the bugbear, and hopefully we'll be able to catch them at least a little off guard.
I don't have any chipmunks this time.
Yes, I don't think that's going to work very well anyways. But we want the bugbear alive, because he has information Cornelius requires.
Okay.
So no smashing.
I'll
I
try.
don't All right. I don't think I could smash him anyway.
I don't
Alright,
know.
then.
Anyways, let's...
I would like to sneak back to where I was the first time.
So, wait, did Mirabelle tell me there's a campfire in there? Like, was that part of the description? Is there light in
No,
there?
I probably forgot to say that.
Do I see any light coming from the archway?
And you can see light coming from the archway.
Okay, so I can just put the torch out for now. So I'm just gonna snuff that. Because I don't want to... I want to get closer, but I don't want to alert them. So I'm gonna snuff that and get up here next to Mirabelle. Actually, I don't want to squeeze against that wall. That wouldn't help me very much. Alright.
Can I still see the dog, Wolf?
You can just see the tail weighing from where you're standing at the archway, but you definitely know that it's there, and standing next to it is the bugbear. It's a massive bugbear, 6 foot, well over 6 feet.
Let me double check something real quick. It's not it.
Well, do you want to get any closer, or do you want to keep a little bit
Yeah,
of a
no.
distance? Okay.
I need to get closer, and then we'll coordinate
Okay.
this up.
So what I would like to do is do a lot of things all at once. I would like to know how close the bugbear is to me right now.
The bugbear, when you step on to sort of like, I'll just step you here, you know that it's probably close to, just rounding the corner, probably 15 feet at most.
Okay. So then I will make bad decisions. I'm going to bonus action move my hex onto the dog,
Okay.
and I would like to Eldritch Blast at it. And then
At the dog, okay.
as I am doing this, I would like to speak into the bugbear's brain that I've got your pet.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
All right.
People being creepy.
Okay, so make an attack roll against the dog, the wolf, sorry, and you have advantage on this, and this will be your surprise round.
Oh yeah, surprise round. You'll
One.
never guess what just happened.
Either a nat 1 or
Nat
a nat
20?
20.
I got double nat ones with advantage.
Wow.
What happens? And I did not bring my table of awesome failures because that was a double nat 1. So I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you describe what happens.
Oh man, this
Wow.
is gonna be so great.
Wow.
Okay, so as the bolt of force goes into the room, it ends up, since all I can really see right now is the wolf's tail,
Unbelievable.
it explodes the wolf's tail fur into just this like poof, and it goes sailing into the campfire, and it just causes this massive flare of light as burning hair explodes over the campfire.
Oh.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure everything knows that we're here and has probably seen me.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll percentile for a moment.
Oh boy.
Wow. All right. Okay. Let us re-roll initiative.
Not a good start, boys. Not at
Nope.
all.
That is a good initiative, though, so that's at least fun.
Oh man, this just gets better and better.
Mirabelle
Okay,
is just-
Kieran's on top of things. He got an 18. I got, on the other hand, got a 5.
Okay. Alex, 18.
Yep.
The bugbear got a 17. Bulk 17 as well.
Yeah, reroll.
What is your dex score?
8.
Okay, so they're gonna go first. Kieran's gonna be 12. Oh, wait, that's not correct. What did Kieran get? 17.
Got an 18 on the die.
18. That's like 21. Okay. And Mirabelle, you're at 5. So Kieran goes first. He's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna go here, but all he sees is just this shower of sparks and cinders. He cannot see properly into it, but he's gonna hold an action and he's gonna target the first creature he sees with a dissonant wisp. No. What's the other spell? The cantrip. Vicious Mockery. Vicious Mockery. He's going to target the first monster he sees with a Vicious Mockery. After the plume of smoke and stuff clears up, Alex, you're up.
Oh, this has not started off all that well. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I know exactly how this works. So let's see. Okay, got it. All right, I'm going to make my way in here so I can get over. I can get pretty much to anywhere in there. And hopefully not die in one round. I'm gonna go darting into here and oh, hold on, trying to get my token to move. Okay, now I can see everybody. I'm just gonna. I was expecting the wolf. Like she was trusting that Mirabelle would get this right, so the wolf is still there and is still probably very unhappy. So, but I dash in here. I'm going to attack this goblin with the broom. I snuffed out the torch, so I'm just going to two-hand the broom again. We're
Okay.
going to try to hit this. Damn, my
When
rolls are
you-
betraying me.
When you run into the room and you are in this flurry of smoke and ash and all that stuff, you are partially blinded, so you have disadvantage on your attack rolls
Oh.
if you're meleeing.
Oh God.
It doesn't
Make
matter.
it worse.
I got a 12.
Okay, and you're attacking the wolf?
The goblin.
The goblin with a 12? Okay, that actually misses as the goblin just ducks down as he's just taken by surprise. He's just cowering in front of you. He doesn't have a weapon drawn yet. And you miss. Do you want to do anything else?
As a bonus action, I'm going to use patient defense and dodge.
Okay, that takes up a key point, right?
Yep.
Okay. With that, Bolg, you're up. The sounds of battle
I thought the bugbear moves first because he had higher dex.
Yes, you're right. Thank you. Thank you for being honest. I completely forgot about that.
Consumed us all.
The dog with its, the wolf with its tail missing is going to hone in on the smell of meat, and it's going to dash out and towards you, Mirabelle, the one that inflicted this.
Karen's hold action activates.
Right.
And it left my zone
Exactly.
of control.
All right,
And-
make an opportunity attack with disadvantage because of the flurry of
Oh,
smoke and stuff.
I apparently rolled the same thing on both dies. That's interesting. Modified
What is it?
20.
Modified 20. Okay,
15's
so
on
you
both. It was 15 on both dies.
you will hit it.
I'm gonna. Oh, that damage is sad. I'm gonna deal 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage to the wolf does not actually kill it.
Nope.
But
I
then
did something-
Karen's vicious mockery occurs.
Does Kieran make it feel bad?
Sharon is going to speak into its mind, and the wolf will succeed on actually its save. This is a very intelligent wolf.
Clearly.
But with that, it's going to attack you, Mirabelle, as it just charges straight towards you. You need to actually do nothing because it misses you.
Oh.
It tries to lunge towards you, but your armor, which is still active, catches it. And it just runs straight into this field of energy around you. The bugbear will go, moving towards Alex, who has moved into the fray, and it's going to smash, and he cries out,
Who dares defy Clog?
He has disadvantage on his attack roll.
Yep, he does. First one's going to be 11. The second one is going to be a 13 plus, I believe, 7. So that's
Use
going to
the
be a modified
11.
20.
Jesus, plus 7.
It's going to be like a 18 then.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Sorry, I made a mistake. It's only 15 to hit.
Oh, 15, that'll miss. My AC is 16.
Okay. It will...
Dodge tank.
Yeah. So it's just going to miss. The goblins will draw their weapons. This one will jump onto the right, and he's going to hold his bucket, and he's going to toss whatever's in the bucket onto you.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God.
I have a question. Is he proficient in goblin shit buckets?
He doesn't need to be, because you need to make a dex save.
A dex save. Okay. We'll give it a try.
The other one will try to attack you with disadvantage.
That's gonna be a 16.
And again, it's going to be a 14 to swing his short sword at you, but it misses because the 14 does.
Did we just lose Jaming?
What?
Right.
No, I'm still here.
Oh,
Can you hear
there it
me?
is. Oh, you,
Okay.
you cut out for a second.
Okay. So the goblin bucket flies over you, you duck, and it actually puts out the fire behind it.
Oh, crap.
Here we go.
Here we go.
On the bright side, now everybody has disadvantage on everything without me dodging. Unless they have dark...
Except they have dark vision.
Do they? Damn it.
Yes.
So,
Why does everything in this game but humans have dark vision?
so with that being their
Because
turn,
they have to nerf humans somehow now.
Bolg, you're up. Battle has
Okay.
ensued, and you can hear the as the fire goes out.
Pardon me, Cornelius. Duty calls. Kya! As he goes ahead and runs upside Mirabelle and goes ahead and smashes the wolf.
Okay.
Alright, let's see here. Ooh, that is going to be a nice 17.
17. Yep, definitely will hit.
Yes. Okay, time to roll 2 dice and make some magic happen. 5 and a 4 plus a 3 is 12 points of crushing damage.
You kill the wolf.
Smash.
Just his calling card. You just leaving it into the entire cave. Okay, so
Yes.
the wolf crumples to the ground.
Yes.
Do you wish to do anything else?
Yes, I will move. Actually, I will move 15 feet behind Korg and activate my accent surge because he has not realized a half-orc with a war maul is up behind him.
Okay,
Oh man.
that is true. That is very much true. You have disadvantage because of the fire, but you have advantage because he's surprised, so it cancels out, so you're making a normal attack roll.
I was going to say I have dark vision, though. Does the
Yes.
fire still...
No, okay,
It's
so
smoky.
Oh,
and
smoky.
Embers
I was gonna
and
say,
shit.
Okay.
and just by the book, I'm sure I know Jaming knows this. By the book, just because you have dark vision does not mean you do not have disadvantage when attacking in the dark. You still have disadvantage.
Okay. Okay,
All
my
dark
bad.
vision means is that you can see very vaguely in black and white.
Oh, okay. I will go ahead and still attack him anyway.
Okay,
19.
19 will hit.
Okay, time to roll damage. That's a 6 and that's 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
12 points of bludgeoning damage as you inflict to the bugbear Clark. Where do you hit him?
I'm hitting him in the back of the shoulders.
If it was a nat one, you could gently caress his shoulders.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that one yet. We're not
Okay.
doing that one yet.
All right, so that is your turn. You action surge. You moved in. You struck him in the back with your maul, and he takes like a knee as he collapses with that tremendous amount of force. But he slowly rises back up, and at that point we go to their turn again. Or
Is it
No,
my
no,
turn?
Am I missing something?
It's my
Mirabelle's
turn.
There you go.
'cause
Yeah,
I go
yeah.
next week.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
All right. Since Bulk has so nicely crushed this puppy
Wolf.
that was going to try and eat my face, I will use my bonus action to move my hex onto the bugbear, and I will like to hex his strength.
Okay, you hex his strength. A cursing symbol appears above him, and his strength grows dim and weaker.
And now I would like to try and shoot this and somehow
Okay.
make it worse, I'm sure.
Yeah, you have disadvantage when you're making this attack, but you definitely can try to. Do you
I
want to
will-
move first because you have like a bunch of targets in your way, like you have Bolg in the way.
That's a good point. I will.
Don't kill the bugbear. I need to talk to it.
Kill the bugbear. No
Oh,
intel.
That's a good point, but I have since forgotten the plan. So I'm just gonna go over here. I would like to grab Kieran's hand, and because it's dark now, I'll grab Kieran's hand, and then I will still Eldritch Blast the bugbear with disadvantage.
Okay.
That's not bad. That's gonna be a 19 to hit.
Yep, that will hit.
Okay.
So you do hex and you do Eldritch Blast.
All right. That's gonna be 2 points of force damage and 4 points of necrotic damage.
4 points of necrotic damage. His furry form starts to just decay and become mangy from the necrotic blast. And he does not look too well, but he's still holding his own. Takes a knee for a moment as his strength is being sapped with each hex. But he's still in the fight. Kieran is completely blind. He has no way of seeing, and he he says, "Hold my head harder." All right, Alex, you're up. Complete darkness. At this point, the cinders and smoke have gone, like they're just kind of just billowed out, and it's just normal air at this point. So your vision is back to normal, but you're in complete blackness.
Well, if I light a torch, that means that I'll be able to see, but won't be able to do
And they will
anything.
Right, but they could see you anyway. Well, kind of. So, I mean, your call.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to light a torch because I can't see. I'm just burning up them torches today. So I have to light a torch, and that's my action, unfortunately, so I can't actually do anything, but I will still do,
Patient defense.
yeah, I'll just burn my other key point on patient defense, because I really don't want to get flattened.
Okay. You hold yourself readying for attacks. Anything else you do want to move while you're defending or anything?
No, because I'll provoke if I move in any way, shape, or form right now.
You do, but it's at disadvantage, so it's opportunity to flee if you want to.
Yeah, I think I'll just stay where I'm at. Bolg,
Okay.
Get something done.
Working on it.
Can I goad the bugbear on and just sort of mock him with dead dog?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Make a What check would you like to make?
Let me have a look at this. I mean, I guess it might be. I have no fucking idea. I don't know.
Okay, you want him to come to you, right? Is that what you're saying?
Uh,
Or what?
I just mostly want to distract him so he's not trying to pummel Alex.
Okay.
So be
make
that
a,
coming
make an
to
intimidation
me,
check.
either coming to me or looking at Bolg, who just flattened his dog. All right, intimidation is going to be 17.
Right, with a 17. I'll let you know what happens. But it's their turn, and the goblins will now see light around them. Will start smacking Alex as the primary target closest to them. One of them gets a 11, and the other one gets a 8, which definitely does not hit.
Dodge
So it's
action,
just
boys.
deflecting blows. You're parrying all these short swords coming your way, and the shit bucket again. He's just throwing the bucket at you now, but it just bounces off your broom. Clark the bugbear, however, looks towards Bolg, looks towards Alex, who has now illuminated herself once more, and then looks towards his dead puppy, and he cries out, "No, no, Ripper!" And he is going to take the disengage action and jump down the chute.
Damn it.
And he slides down. The walls slick with manure and poop and disappear.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yep.
With that is their turn. The goblins now defenseless. They're going to try to flee as well, provoking an opportunity attack for one of them of your choice.
I'm just going to let him go.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be a point.
All right. So both of them will disappear down the chute. As the two goblins disappear down the chute, however, you can hear just crying of pain as they probably broken their legs going that fast.
That's terrible.
That point, Bolg, you're up.
Well, there doesn't seem to be much more for me to do since there's no other enemies. I could try and go down there.
As
Do I
you
really?
as you're thinking that,
But then the goblins moaning from their obvious attempt to dismount dissuades me from such action.
yeah, you hear, "Oh God, why?"
Does Bolg speak
Well,
Goblinoid, or just do I hear that?
That was in common.
Oh,
One
they're
of them was
talking in common.
That was a comment. Well, that opportunity slipped us by.
Yes.
Let's see if we can find Cornelius' staff amongst the goods, though.
Okay. So essentially, you guys want to just let them be. Let the two goblins still scream in pain and agony as they.
Well, I'm going to go around and deal with that in a second, but I'm not jumping down the chute and breaking my legs, too. That seems pointless.
Can I shoot? I want to shoot. Can I shoot them down the hole?
So as Alex, okay, so you're at initiative essentially. Alex rotates around the cave with her torch, and is going to help these goblins or put them out of their pain. Mirabelle, you are going to shoot the two goblins at the bottom of the chute, right?
Yes.
Like a
Okay.
bunch of wop rats from a T-80.
Alex, when you get to the point to find the goblins, you see that they've exploded.
Hmm. Well, I think
Nope.
I know how that happened.
No sign of Clark, though. He seems to have run off or something. But the two goblins at the bottom have seemed to explode and like limbs have popped off and stuff. You know who did this. There can only be one.
All right. Well, unfortunately, no Clark down here. I considered during that fight, instead of just like torching and dodging, I considered trying to do the whole like tavern brawler grapple thing. And it's just like there's even with disadvantage, there's no way. It's not happening. It'll never work. Anyway, so let's go back and find the staff. We're looking for his staff, and he said he's looking for his sword. So we need to find
Yeah,
these
he's
things.
looking. Essentially, he's looking for his possessions, the stuff that he brought with him for the excursion.
I will help look for this stuff
Okay.
because I've probably seen it before.
I will too, but I'm also going to look around and see if there's any supplies that look like they belong to a smith.
Okay. Make an investigation check, all of you who wish to look and
Oh boy.
invest and just kind of just examine all the things around here.
I got a 10.
Okay.
I got a 5.
5.
I've
all right.
got an 18.
Oh damn.
18.
Somebody's high rolling.
Yeah,
I'm
someone's
good
very
at
much
finding
on roll.
Okay.
things.
So just once again, tell me those numbers. I heard 18 from Mirabelle.
I got a 10.
10.
I got
Okay.
a 5.
5. All right. So coming across the things, Mirabelle, you immediately find Cornelius's possessions, kind of just bundled up in sort of a loose cloth, this canvas cloth, and just tucked on top of some pelts and hides and stuff. But Ball, you find that there is a small chest. It looks like a treasure chest, which contains some matter of gold, copper, and silver pieces, as well as 2 red liquid potions, and this jade statuette of a frog with tiny golden orbs for eyes.
Huh.
And the frog statuette size, to give you a reference, it fits into a pocket size or pouch.
Okay. Arc statue, 2 red vials.
All I can think of is that little like frog desk toy thing that they had in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm going to take the statue, which is the only thing that I don't recognize, and bring it to Cornelius, see if he knows what this is.
Okay, you bring it to him. Alex, you don't find anything in particular of note. You notice that there's a whole bunch of supplies, but you do find that there is sort of the supplies branded with the symbol of a lion, a gold lion imprinted on a blue shield. But you're not really sure what this is.
Oh, maybe it belongs to someone in town. Maybe I should get Mirabelle to draw the symbol on her book. Because I don't.
I will draw in my book, but instead of the symbol, I'm going to draw a cartoon bugbear and hold it out to Alex.
It's not exactly what I meant.
Oh.
No, can you copy the symbol down on this box so we can figure out if it belongs to anyone in the town?
Oh.
Box? What
Sure.
box? Volgasks.
These supplies over here are branded with this mark, but I don't know what it is.
I think one of the townsfolk said that the blacksmith for the town was something related to that. Lionsmith, Lionhead, something related to the blacksmith, I think.
Yes, well, I don't think we can haul all of this out of here, but we can at least tell them where it is.
Yeah.
At that
Hopefully-
point, Mirabelle, you would remember that symbol, because your investigation was 18 or something, it belongs to the Lion Shield Coster. And you would know or have recollection of this, that it's like a shipping company based far in the east, thousands of miles in a place called Yartar, and they ship trade goods and supplies to small frontier places like Phandelver and the adjacent.
Okay.
So this looks like
essentially
this is banditry.
information.
This is banditry.
Yeah, I'll share the information on this crest and still draw it in my book.
Okay. When you bring the small golden-eyed, or so not the small jade statuette of the frog with tiny golden orbs for eyes, you show it to Cornelius, and he kind of just looks at.
Blast it! Where are my spectacles? I seem to have misplaced them.
Okay, Velma.
Did you check your pockets?
He then rummages into his robe and pulls out.
What would I do without you?
And he'll put them on his very large nose, and he'll examine the statuette, flipping it around several times, kind of expecting it with the one good lens, unfortunately. And he says to you,
This has no special properties, unfortunately. It is of value, however.
Well, that'll be good if we can find someone to buy it off us.
mm-hmm.
So is there anything else in this stuff, or is it just like food and stuff?
It's rations, tools, looks like a lot of mining supplies. There are a few like crude weapons, nothing super fancy, like maybe a few spears, a few javelins, like throwing hammers and stuff.
I will take a couple of javelins.
Okay. There's a bundle of 5 javelins wrapped around in a wool cloth.
Perfect.
As well as you opened up the treasure chest, correct?
Yes.
You by that time would have counted that there were probably 600 copper pieces.
Okay.
And about 110 silver pieces.
Okay. We'll go ahead and just. You said 600 copper.
Yep.
600 copper and 500 silver.
No, 110 silver.
110 silver. Okay. So we can distribute those out later after we're done with this.
Okay.
All right. That it?
Yep, that's it.
I would like to sort of just rummage through the supplies and see if there's like any particular thing that would be more valuable than others that we could bring back.
When you kind of just, what are you looking for specifically? Like,
basically items of reasonably high value and low carry weight, so that we could bring some back, so the shop owner has at least something, even if it's not very much.
Okay, so one thing that occurs to you is that you could always just take one of the boxes, or just break away one of the panels with the symbol to show that this is physical proof that we know where your stuff is. Or you can, and also if you actually want to bring some physical merchandise, you find like a small box of pelts that you can bring as well. You can carry in your hand or something.
Yeah, we can do that. I will do that. I'll bring the small box of pelts and probably have Bull carry them at some point because it got heavy.
Okay.
Right. All right. Well, Matt gets that delicious Sonic money.
That's right.
All right.
And
So,
I wish I had Sonic chili cheese tots.
Quality D&D programming, everyone.
needed to get someone to sponsor us.
Right. Anyways, sorry.
All right.
So we've got that, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Are we good here?
Yes.
Cornelius says,
Thank you for retrieving my items. But alas, we have no idea where Gundren has been taken.
Well, perhaps someone in town is willing to help us after we return some goods and let them know that the goblin camp here has been rooted out.
he says,
I still need to find what happened to Iarno. I have a bad feeling.
I
Yes,
have
well,
I have
perhaps.
suspicion.
Sorry, go
Sorry.
ahead. You go.
Okay. I have suspicions that the bandit attacks the goblinoid uprising, and Iardno's disappearing may be one of the same.
Yep.
Just quick table talk here. That I don't remember if my character was informed of this, but someone in town that we did talk to did mention that Cornelius was the second wizard that was supposed to come to town.
Yes, that is true. Yes, I remember that as well.
All of you guys were informed of such
Okay.
at some
Yes.
point or another.
Yes.
Okay, well, I wonder if the Red Brand tie into this at all, since they seem intent on extorting the local population. We haven't seen any links between them and the goblins, but
Yet.
could be.
Yet. Anyway, with all this concerned, we should go ahead and hurry back to town before it sunsets again. The last thing we need is to run into those red cloaks again.
Or hobgoblins.
Or hobgoblins, yes.
Yep. So, let's
Escort Cornelius back.
yes, let's get Cornelius back to town, and then we'll try to figure out where we should look next.
Okay, so upon departing, you guys have acquired a small chest of treasure items, coin and potions of healing, and as well the frog statuette, recovered Cornelius' staff, sword, and spellbook, and his other items that he was planning to use for the excursion, as well as taking one of the crates with a few pelts. They look like beaver pelts, specifically for use. And you return back to the town of Phandelver, arriving once more upon sunset, but this time greeted by no highwaymen.
That's good at least.
Yeah, something tells me they wouldn't try the same trick twice, assuming that they've found what remains of their men. I'm sure the others told them.
Much less with the same crew.
Maybe they saw some links between their heads and their shoulders.
Yes, well, let's get Cornelius to an inn, and then we'll try to figure out what leads to what at this point.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think that will be a good place to stop for tonight, before we get too deep into anything else.
Alright. So we've got a little early, but hey.
We're gonna be talking to people in town. We need our bard.
So that dodging was kind of obscene.
That was great.
I didn't
Play of the game.
I didn't take any damage at all in that entire dungeon, actually.
Oh, rip Daniel.
Rip.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, he seems to be disconnecting a little bit.
Yeah, no, I completely disconnected.
But yeah, we did pretty good there. That could have got like I've seen, when I've played this module before, I've seen that go a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
More importantly, Cornelius is safe, so he can buy me more snack food.
We have gold to distribute, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. I saw a program on the internet that makes it really easy to do that without having to actually do the math on it, but I don't know where the link is. I'll have to find it again.
Are we offline yet?
We are not offline. Just let me know when you're ready to.
Oh.
No,
I guess the next thing is, did we have any questions or comments from chat?
I think there were just a couple of Peanut Gallery comments.
We got a couple
Those
of.
are always good.
We got an awe from cutting it short tonight, but.
Did you guys stop it as soon as I DC'd?
No, we're still live right now. I haven't stopped
Okay.
anything yet.
That means
Okay.
that the cameras are shifted. Because
No,
Daniel-
only Daniel's camera is shifted because on my Skype he's the one furthest to that side.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
he's the only one that's
Okay.
goofy right now.
Sorry about that. Just my
It's-
PC acted up.
It's fine. Anyways, so yeah, we
Yeah,
will.
Yeah, it's like I wanted to keep going, but like it's a good place to stop because we're like once you start getting too deep into it, like it's gonna be hard to stop, and I want to stop by 11.
Yep. All
Just
right. So we will sign off for the night. Thank you for those who followed and those that hung out with us the whole night. We appreciate it, and we will we'll see you next week. Look for if you're looking for anything else to watch during the week. Apparently, Bolg is the Kool-Aid Man, according to chat.
Apparently.
smashing walls and people at the same time. Yeah.
But
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're looking for anything else to watch, we're going to be doing this weekend. I'm going to stream some stuff. I'm not sure yet what, but it's either going to be we might do group Don't Starve, or if there's nobody else around, I'll do some obscenely long RPG and do it in one sitting or something. Do like a Final Fantasy VIII run. And during the week we might get some more Chronicles in, and we're still trying to schedule that Baldur's Gate run. That'll be fun. But unfortunately, Isaac is not here for now, and he was going to be one of the people in that.
But if we do the Baldur's Gate thing, like, hardware issues might not be a thing because the game was made for Potato.
Yeah, what I find funny is that there are games that I own I can stream in HD, and it is fine. But the second I try to stream in HD with Skype open in a call, it's just like, Skype is apparently more resource heavy than most games.
It's crazy that way.
Apparently. Alright, so we're going to sign off for the night. Have a good night, folks. We will see you guys.
Thanks for watching. The adventure will continue next week, same time, same place, same people.
Hopefully with Isaac.
Hopefully with
Absolutely.
Isaac.
Absolutely.
Alright, good night, everybody.